in heaven above. Surely he shall come mix it. I'm going cold.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Peaceful Sabbath, y'all, as we get about our Abba's business. Y'all, we're going to get right to it. We got a few scripts to go over. And we're going to minimize. Yeah, that. Just
we're going to minimize that.
Yeah. So y'all, let's get it in.
All right, family. We're going to get this opening prayer. And it's with the Most High's permission.
Yes, sir.
And is in the name of his only begotten and beloved Son, our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer, Yahushua HaMashiach. But we know him as Jesus the Christ, family. Long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms.
Read.
In the 11th chapter.
Yes.
It reads, in the Most High put I my trust.
Yes, sir.
How say ye to my soul,
Yes.
flee as a bird to your mountain? For lo, the wicked bend their bow. They make ready their arrow upon the string, that they may privily shoot at the upright in heart.
Yes, sir.
If the foundations be destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Most High is in his holy temple. Yahweh's throne is in heaven. His eyes behold, his eyelids try the children of men.
Yes, sir.
Yahweh trieth the righteous, but the wicked and him that loveth violence, his soul hateth. Upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire, and brimstone, and in horrible tempests.
Yes, sir.
This shall be the portion of their cup. For the righteous Yahweh loveth righteousness.
Yes, sir.
His countenance doth behold the upright. Hallelujah! Say what?
Yes, sir. All right, y'all, today's lesson. Does Yah speak of other gods? Now, what we want to get understood here is we'll see a lot of scripts that say those gods are nothing and different things. But what are you warring against nothing for?
Right.
So it's some power, but it's not the power of the Most High. When we're talking about God, Elohim, or we're talking about power, supernatural power, because that's what we're talking about. You understand what we're saying? Mm-hmm. So we want to be careful not to just brush it off like it ain't nothing. It's like saying, man, America ain't nothing. Ask Japan. Ask Iran and Iraq.
Right.
Nothing. You know, ask the other nations when you're talking about, are they nothing? You know, that's just saying compared to the creator of the universe and everything that exists. So we're going to go over some scripts today so that may be understood clearly. So when you understand, and it'll make for a better understanding when you see people choose other gods. You have to be made known why they do that, and they already know, or if they know, those gods don't have a leg to stand on. But before you to know that, the tests have to be put down.
Yeah.
You know, because Most High say we are visual people.
Yes, sir.
So sometimes we have to see, or we have to have tests out there so that we may know who the Most High is. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So y'all, we're gonna get into that today, but y'all know how we get down first. We wanna mention our sick and shut in.
Yeah.
So y'all, first we wanna acknowledge and give condolences and our heartfelt sympathy to our sister and longtime member, Sister Cherie.
That's right.
She lost her father these last few days. He went into hospice. So just praying for that household. And they kind of been experiencing some things, you know, total about 4 or so, you know, the last couple of years. But that's what's on the table, death, y'all. I mean, because the only difference is you have to cut it off in numbers. But if we say in the last 20 years, them numbers could go up for a family over the top. So want to send shouts out and prayers up for that sister for finding some comfort. You know, that she was able to be by the bedside of her parent, you know, as the natural order to go.
Right.
You know, also want to just say continual prayers for our brother Big Country. Got a video from the Skinny Black. I mean, Skinny was giving him the business. He like, you ain't sick to me. Skinny giving the business like a Hebrew Eddie Haskell on the Beaver. But he sent me a video of him in his hospital bed, so he's speaking well now. His throat is back. He's got some work to do.
Yeah, he called me also.
You know, because you said, yeah. So he's got work to do. So, but he's in the land of living, and he said, hey, it got rough from what the doctors told me. They had to put them thumpers on me seven times.
Right.
You know, and that's when you slipping away. Give him another one.
Right.
Give him another one. So he's glad to be back in the land of the living.
He
To
said
praise
say
the
him
Most
7
High.
times.
Yeah.
The Most High need me to do something.
Yes, sir.
He brought me back 7 times.
Yes, sir. And that's what we're talking about, y'all. Trust in the Most High, because once you go up under that anesthesia or under those terms, you're in the hand of the physician. We're going to hit a few scriptures today. We're going to get into some things in the book of Luke, who was a Gentile physician that went around with the Israelites, the disciples of the Most High, went around with them recording miracles. He was a top surgeon, chief Gentile physician, Luke was. That's why he's not mentioned as the 12 disciples. He's a Gentile. He's got a book because he's writing and recording what the gift of the Most High that Christ put on the 12 disciples. Luke is not mentioned in the 12. So you have to understand he's a disciple, but he was a Gentile, a master physician that he was witnessing all of the Most High's power, so that he could express himself, you know, to the people around. But Luke was a top physician, y'all, and he just recorded. He like, I ain't never seen none of this what's happening right here in med school. None of this. So we're going to get into a little bit of that. Also, y'all, want to just send shouts out to our family, Uriah. Sister Hannah and I are praying for strength for them, as well as our brother and Uncle Agda over in the homeland, Sister Yisrael and Ema Naomi, y'all. Also, shouts out to all our Emas. We got Ema Ball back in the house.
Oh, praise.
That's why we sitting up here on swole right now, man. Feeling like I hope the Negro disease don't kick in. She come through the door with it. Y'all miss me? We like, yes, we did, Ema. Shouts out to that brother out there, Agbeni Yahoo, down there in Georgia. Also, want to send continued prayer request for your brother O.C. Yance.
Yeah, down south. He had a surgery yesterday. Went into surgery, I think about 11 o'clock. Came out about 3 o'clock. But everything went well. His lady called me and said that everything is good. He told her to keep me updated, and I see he must have called me this morning before I got up, but I
he called you first. Yeah.
So I just, let him rest, man. But Yeah, he got a soul day coming up too.
Yes, sir.
On the 6th.
So do you.
And look, y'all, we got a few soul days coming up this month.
Since you're bringing it up.
So actually, last
It was the
week,
day before his. ain't it?
yeah. Last week we had Elder Judah, and also a prayer request continue for Elder Judah and his wife Tashiba, as continued recovery. But Elder Judah had a soul day last week, as well as coming up this week we got a soul day. Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Right here coming up.
No,
his
When was your last week too? What was that date? 28. That's OG Jeremiah, y'all.
Yeah.
69. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So want to just say coming up, we got a few soul days this week. We got my wife's sister's report. She her soul day on the 7th. Ari on the you on the 7th. Boy, I got a whole hour.
No, that's my mama. That's the
7th, man. Y'all give me
I'm
one
the
look.
5th, she the 6th.
Boy, I just worked over when I get home. Boy, you don't know, but I was gonna say Monday.
Old brain.
Yeah, I was gonna say Monday, but for you, but
Tuesday for her.
Tuesday for Zipporah. Ariel is Monday.
Right.
And also we got Jeremiah. We got Sister Deborah coming up.
Yeah, just the boy.
Mike. Now, what we want to figure out is what's going on. And who else you saying, Sister? Mama Boaz as well.
My boy Obadiah.
My wife's birthday today.
See?
Oh man.
Obadiah Yasharala his.
What's up with you August babies? There's a bunch of
Yeah,
y'all.
some going on in November. Now, what it seems like it's coming down to,
It's getting cold.
no,
It's getting
no,
cold now.
that ain't it. I believe it's like Sister Naomi said. Look, after eating whatever you eating, if it's turkey and dressing, you get sleepy
Yeah, want to lay down.
and want to lay down.
I know, that's
Something
sleeping.
happening
Yeah, this
in
is-
November that August is exploding like this. But y'all know how we get down, y'all. We bring forth the scriptures from our one and only high priest, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, and he brings forth the law to every male, female, rich, poor, free and bond, Jew or Gentile, after the order of Melchizedek. What you got, bro?
But Emmanuel Israel in the chat saying Shabbat Shalom family, asking for prayer for my uncle Richard Reed, Las Vegas, diagnosed with cancer.
Oh,
Thanks
boy.
all.
They got prayers going
Going
on.
up for Uncle Reed. And just want to also say, shouts out to our family that we don't see them much, but they supporters of ours, and they own the network, y'all. We see them out there. A lot of people we don't recognize a lot, but just shouts out to all y'all that continue to be in one love with us. But today's lesson, once again, does Yah speak of other gods? And when we talk about speak, I started and going over this, but Spirit came to me, and I'm not saying like that. I'm just saying I was thinking of how to title it. Does Yah acknowledge other gods? Is how I started to do it. And as going through scripts, I could see that's what I mean. The Spirit revealed to me as flipping through the scripture. I'm seeing other scriptures that say, no, he don't acknowledge them as God, because he's not acknowledging them like they can challenge him.
That's right.
But he does speak of them. So that's the part we have to get understood, that they are gods, other gods, because it's listed in a way that they have some form of power. They're not an idol.
Right.
An idol has no power, but they can be looked at as a god if you bow down and worship them.
Right.
But he does warn us that we are in a spiritual fight. You ain't in a spiritual fight with nothing. You ain't just beating the earth. You're not told to get armored up about nothing.
Right.
So when he said that gods are nothing, it's in comparison, like saying, like we said, somebody said, man, America ain't nothing, Well, they the champions of this world. You understand what I'm saying? And if you count that as nothing, go live somewhere else and just look for your defense, so to speak, that you're not worried about missiles flying in here. See, we were taught that America gonna be getting hit, but that's happening all over the other place of the world. But the reason that is because wherever he put us captive, that nation always ruled the world. And that nation, since it was ruling the world, we were protected from outside, so to speak, danger from somebody else. he put us in the hands of this nation for a reason, that they wouldn't be took down. He'll take them down. Y'all understand? Like he took Babylon down, like he took Assyria down, and starting off he took Egypt down. But we were always slaves in the nation that ruled the world. That's just so we would see who God is. See, we get so comfortable here, we start to switch sides and change sides. Y'all understand? Because the God of this world started to persuade you. And you done seen the God of this world. I mean, and what I mean, the God of power, because you wrote about him in rap tunes and different things. So all of these rappers out here who used to write about the Most High good work and about the Messiah, what are you rapping about now if you done switch gods?
Right.
You ain't rapping about him. We ain't heard no rap tunes of your other God. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that came out of your mouth. You have to go back and listen to your lyrics on why you felt the power has diminished. But y'all, we ain't gonna belabor it any longer. We're gonna get right to it, y'all. We're gonna start off, and when we spell, does Yah speak of other gods? We're gonna start off by instructions, so you get the difference of understanding nothing versus nothing compared to the Most High. Not nothing compared to us, because he wouldn't be warning us about something that you know technically didn't have no power over you. He wouldn't be telling, look out for that, look out for that. You know, the instruction would be, don't worry about that, it ain't nothing. Don't worry about that, and it can harm you, but it can only harm a certain thing. So y'all, we're going to start this off in Exodus 20, verse 1 through 6, and we're going to see the first instructions that we are to receive about this spiritual warfare. Y'all, you know, like some people read that scripture, I believe it's Isaiah, where it say Israel is God chosen and other nations are nothing. Y'all understand what I'm saying? They're but spittle. They're like spittle. So if you say that about this nation, then it should be easier there to go get the keys to the White House. Give me them keys to the front door.
Right.
If they nothing like that.
Yeah, push over.
Push over.
All right, family. We're going to be reading in the book of Exodus. We're going to start the reading in chapter 20 and verse 1. And it reads, And Yahweh spake all these words, saying, I am the Most High thy Elohim.
Yes, sir.
Which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Out of the house of bondage.
See, that's a difference in all the other nations. That's what separates us from everything else. He say, from the house of bondage.
Right.
That's not indentured servitude. So when you get into contests, people may say, well, didn't Hebrews enslave Hebrews? No, that ain't never happened. That where a Hebrew put a Hebrew in bondage.
Right. They'll try to say it's commonplace, Dan. You see, you had Irish slaves, and you had Europeans enslaved other Europeans.
What bondage?
You had the Arab slave trade. And
we're talking bondage.
Right.
We're talking about working for 0 cents an hour and no reparations for it.
Right.
Everybody else name got a paycheck. Here's your paycheck for our bad behavior. We ain't got a check yet.
And when you say that, they don't even know the difference. They just look like, what are you talking about?
Right.
See, and then they'll throw it in indentured servitude because the script says that Abraham and the law say if you own a Hebrew slave, but that's talking about indentured servitude. They work for you for 7 years to pay off a debt. Then they go free.
Right.
If they choose to stay and say, I don't want to go, I want to be under your servitude, I like the way you treat me.
You pay well.
You that, and you treat me like family, like Abraham treated Eleazar. And say, then the law would say you would put, you don't put no brands on their flesh and nothing like that. You will put an earring in there or auger to say, you know, technically he's basically chose to stay here, but they're only like in butler status or maid status. They're not, you know, get out there, give me some water, and do all these type of things that slavery, that people are mixing them up. Like when you look up bondage in the dictionary, it'll say as, or like you look up slavery, it'll say, you know, servitude or as in bondage of the Israelites. It won't mention no other nation as being in bondage. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's different from indentured servitude. Night and day. You just working off a debt, working over basically bad behavior. got you working off a debt. But he said, I'm not going to leave you comfortless. I'm going to put you to where you won't have to worry about it. I'm going to put you in Goshen. The problem what happened is we allow wickedness to come to Goshen. We allow that. He got safety spots for us, but our behavior allows right Goshen to show, show us right back the position why we were kicked out of Jerusalem, and we lose our Goshen. And we lose our Goshen because we won't accept what he said to us. You know, so we're going to go over some scriptures and get to different on how quick the devil could come in. And y'all know what it all comes down to? Just make you not believe. And it's not hard if your soul ain't fully in tune with the Most High. You can talk a good game, you can walk a good game, but the test coming.
Yeah.
And if the God ain't nothing, who is that made you change your mind if they ain't about nothing? So it ain't giving Lucifer or any of his demons no power, but what we're talking about, who we at war with then. Who you at war with in your sleep when you kick them covers up to the ceiling fan and wake up patting it? Who was that? You understand? You that scared? If somebody told you that scared, the first thing you say is it was so real. I'm telling you, I was feeling it. No, man, that was just a boogeyman trying to scare you. You like, well, he did a good job.
Right.
Look at the seat of these underwear.
No doubt. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom. What's up about Jeremiah? Go ahead. Where we at, bro?
Verse 3.
Yeah.
Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
There's no other gods before me. If they're nothing or they don't exist, this wouldn't be the first commandment, y'all. So he's saying there's some out there that's trying to rival me.
Right.
And they want y'all attention. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
Anything that you make to say is God is a problem.
Right.
Because you bow down and worship it. And it can't do anything. It can't move. That's the lesser of anything. That's what Paul thought. He said idol is nothing.
Exactly.
Because it technically has no power. All the power has to come from you.
Where, Jeremiah 28:2,
Yes, sir.
2 and 28 say, but where are thy gods that thou hast made thee?
Yeah.
Let them arise if they can save thee in the time of thy trouble.
See, and that's where it comes down to who can save you in the time of trouble, because that's what we need from our power. Deliverance.
That's right.
Let's get some more.
Or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above. Or that is in the earth beneath. Or that is in the water under the earth.
So we have to be careful of making any images that we say is God. Nobody's seen the face of the Most High. Nobody. Right. Not an angel. The only one seen him was the Son of Man, who's in the image of him, because he told you, when you see me, you see the Father. Why y'all keep asking me the same thing? I'm directly from him. I'm his son. I look just like him.
Yes, sir.
I act just like him. That's the difference. I was made priest because I completed. I was his good son. Y'all understand what I'm saying? What you got, Jeremiah?
But you notice most men that have sons, the first thing they say, you look just like your
Father. Yes, sir. You know, and if it's character involved, they see that before they even view your face. You know, they like, yeah, you know, you do a good job. You go, who your dad? No wonder, boy, you looking just like him, you know. But it's the work that's done, you know, before the image is received of where the goodness is coming from. So that's what the Messiah is saying. He said, when you see me, I'm going to do the same works that my Father sent me to do. If I don't do that, then I'm a bad son.
Exactly.
Let's get some more.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them.
Thou shalt not do what?
Bow down thyself to them.
Nor
serve them.
Nor serve them.
For I, the Most High, thy Elohim, am a jealous Elohim.
See, so if they didn't exist, what is he jealous about? Y'all understand what I'm saying? What is he jealous about? You can't be jealous of nothing if something don't exist. If you arguing, a man or a woman arguing about anything, if something don't exist, you just making up accusations or something. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It has to be something physical on the line, or we just playing a game here with each other. Go ahead, bro.
visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me.
And when you serve another God, you hate this God.
Right.
And you'll find every way to let the other people know why you hate them and why you chose another God. But yeah, you keep trying to creep back through the back door, but leave the back door open for me.
Right.
So I can get back in.
Yes,
if I need to, just in case. You know how we used to sneak out the house? Tell another one, leave the door unlocked.
Right.
I need to creep back in.
Right.
And don't nobody see me. Get in the bed like I ain't been nowhere. But I've been fornicating with Baal.
Doing what?
Fornicating with Baal. Go ahead, E-Box. Yeah. Leviathan, that's what the Chinese try to do, and they call that their god, the dragon.
Right.
That's Leviathan.
Buddha.
So yeah, so you can't make anything that you hear about that's under the waters and it become the god. Right. You get it out of the water, what it gonna do? No, it ain't Godzilla.
Right.
No, ain't no water creature walking out, stomping around, tearing up stuff, and then decide to go back in. And no, Leviathan couldn't come out the water.
Right, can't breathe out of it. Right.
Let's get some more.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
Come on.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
See, and that's what we need to understand. Where mercy come from is keeping the commandments. Then you get shown mercy. You know, and keeping mean knowing that when you break one, this is what I have to do to get back in good grace. Mercy is shown then because you acknowledge the iniquity. That has to be the point. But that's not saying ain't no punishment coming. When rules are broken, there has to be discipline. Mm-hmm. Sometimes the Most High go light, and when we saying showing you mercy, he's saying I could take your life and send you where the devil going, but I'm gonna give you a break this time, but you still gonna get a whooping. I got to whoop. And boy, remember that? You like, man, ain't no way to get out of it. No, I got to whoop you today.
Got to.
Yes, sir. Look.
Look at his look.
Nerf, I believe, I don't know, he had took some whipping tablets or something because he always, my grandmother tried to save him one time. My mama just had told her, ma'am, I respect you. But this boy got to get it today. Now you got two choices. You can, we'll take you on back home so you don't have to witness it, or you can go in the other room. But he finna get it. And he got yes.
I messed up one time, and my mom was trying to get my daddy not to go.
Yeah.
Let's pray. He say, praying all right. Well, the good day is
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Boy, you was cruising for a bruise.
Right.
You had been acting up. And also, y'all, just want to say this while we on that subject. Just house out to the Hebrew John, his family, just incident with the younger son. But y'all, that's is what we face, y'all. Our children is caught up in this world and this YouTube and looking for fame and fortune and different things, cause them to react certain ways that a heavy hand be brought down sometimes. So just asking for prayer for our family, our John and sister Ruth. You know, that some form of release may come behind, you know, the thinking of their son that kind of, you know, made bad decisions. You know?
Right.
And y'all, we have to be careful that we don't make bad decisions with our father. This world ain't nothing, you know. You may have an exit date out of this system, but ain't no exit date when the Most High say you through peace.
That's it.
And so we just understand that through peace. Just hit John 3, 13 through 18. Go ahead, what you got to say?
One thing. They don't think when they carry weapons.
Because they've given them license to say you can carry it anywhere, so they're not looking at it like from a responsibility level. They're looking at it like I've been given a privilege with that I don't know what the instructions are. I mean, when you see them walking in them service stations, they got a long gun stuck down the front of their pants.
And if you say anything
to them. But what I'm saying is they think that this is the norm in their mental. You can't do nothing about this. They ain't read no laws. All the laws they know about gun is street law.
Playing the game with the rules missing.
Playing the game, what's this?
With the
rules.
Yeah, yes, sir, with the rules missing. So just like there's a difference in they giving you permission to buy a gun and carry it versus a CCW, a carry concealed permit. There's two sets of laws that they find out the hard way. Which one shows the person that understands the law about carrying a gun versus the one that just went and bought one?
But
What you got?
They create this because they create the law where you have to be 18 and get a long weapon, but you got to be 21 to get a handgun.
Yes, sir.
So that's why they ain't go get a chopper right now.
Right.
They're 18 years old.
Well, and what they're saying is it's hard to conceal that. A pistol you can have anywhere and create damage. But if we see you coming, people can kind of get prepared for it. You understand? Like in the Wild West, everybody had their pistol on their hip. So if you had confrontation, this is how it went down. But what they're doing now, the understanding that they have, they think it's sport now and part of their ensemble that they wear.
But that's what the law means. It's for sport with the long guns. It's for hunting.
Yeah.
Not for the
Not
street
for
stuff
street,
they
right.
doing.
Not
Right,
urban
but
warfare.
they're hunting their ops.
Right.
Y'all understand that ops mean the opposition to what they believe. They're hunting them down and they're killing each other because they've got permission. They ain't out in Ladue with them long guns standing on the street corner.
And won't be.
Ain't out in Chesterfield with it.
They
They
ain't
on the
Clayton.
street corner. Look, you ask them, man, what, Klan finna attack? And they like, what? Klan? Who was that?
Who was that?
Right.
Is that new set round here?
Ex-Klan.
Yeah, right. Is it a new set round here? So they're only trying to protect themselves from themselves.
Right.
So y'all understand that when they say you can have a gun, it's like it's the same. It's on the same level, y'all, with liquor. You can't have an open bottle in your car and traffic. Y'all understand?
Oh, really?
So you can do
It's
it.
a law.
But when they
Right.
get you and they see that label pop and you driving, it's time to check you out to see are you under the influence. So when you're carrying a long gun, so what influence are you under but the devil's work? What else you gonna do with that, with all of that ammunition riding in your car, and the only thing you do is ride from this block to the murder mobile and then back to that block? What are you needing with all that ammunition for who?
In a 3-mile radius.
In a 3-mile radius.
Right.
It ain't the police, cause all you gotta do is go down to the police station if you
Right.
want to rage war.
There you go. They ain't gonna do that.
No, they ain't gonna do that, y'all. What you got, Sister
I was
Joyce?
gonna say, I don't believe that people realize the danger that they're going to face on judgment.
Oh,
Well, right, and that's because this situation we're speaking of now, the different gods, they'll throw up different gods. They'll say this on all the award show, I just want to thank God. See, y'all, and we say what God, but to them, they say, I don't have to reveal it. Your book says there are other gods. So no matter what I call him, I'm saying what I'm saying. I want to thank God. They're saying mine. How you know a set apart individual, they'll quote commandments. They'll quote some form of scripture to let you know which God I'm talking about. When they just holler God and they're doing whatever acts they're doing, then their behavior tells you what God they serve. You know, you don't have to ask them why, or you think they're going to change on stage. If they say it right now, you know, the God says, somebody holler, tell them what God it is. And then they tell you, and then immediately go right back into twerking. So, what difference would that make if they told you I serve the living God? And then they go right back into their bad behavior. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, you talking about that twerk. It made me think about that Megan Thee Stallion promoting that Kamala.
That's what we talking about, y'all. You understand? So, but this ain't about that. This is about political power and her followers.
Right, right.
You got 10 million followers. That's 10 million votes our way. Not only that, it's the youth. So we get the next 5, 6 set of voters out of your household.
Ask her views on the political issue.
Oh no, you ain't gonna get no views on that.
Okay.
Oh, well, she may be more astute than we are, because a lot of them politicians, boy, like to hang out at them type of houses after night, and there's a lot of pillow talk. They may be sharper than we ever think we are on what's taking place in politics, or what's called a pile of tricks.
Right, there you go. A pile of something.
Yeah. So y'all, we want you to understand that what we're up against is not invisible, in the sense that it don't mean nothing. You can just wave it off. No, we're in a war against supernatural powers that are called gods because they can do supernatural things. They can do things you can't do, like appear out of nowhere.
Right.
When you see something walk across your bed, see if you can do that just in the middle of the night and ain't bust through no door or window. Unless you already was in the house and never let nobody know you had left, and then you walk across the bedroom, but you ain't gonna take no chance on that without getting killed.
No.
But I'm talking about something that can not only walk across your bed, but then it'll show up in your dream. The same thing.
Same thing.
Let's get some more.
You going to that Zeb holding at John 3, I believe.
Yeah, go ahead, Zed.
John 3,
13.
13. John chapter 3, verse 13.
Yes, sir.
And no man has ascended up to heaven, but he that came down from heaven, even the Son of Man which is in heaven.
So what we're talking about is ascending to the throne of the Most High. You talk about Elijah and Enoch. They never went up there. 3rd level. Abraham, 3rd level. Satan, 6th level. But we're talking about to see the face of the Most High. There's only one that ever did it. Because if Satan was up that high, he committed his act in heaven. He wouldn't have said, I want to go up there and I'm up there.
Right.
He was even on the sides of the north. I'm talking about, and that's the way to the throne, so to speak, through the sides of the north. He was even walking that up and down, but he said, the elevator don't go to this one floor. I need to see what's on there. I can't go past this level. Why this button say not allowed for me? Let's get some more.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
And Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness. Even so must the Son of Man be lifted up.
Yes, sir.
That whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have eternal life. For Yahweh so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
What kind of life?
Everlasting life. For Yahweh sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world.
Y'all understand that he didn't send them to condemn it. That's the second coming. The first coming was to get everybody that final chance. You got the belief system is here. It's back to where it's without excuse. You got a chance to believe right now. He didn't send them into the world for no other reason to condemn it at first. Condemnation come after the second go around when you don't want to hear instruction.
Right.
Like our parents told you just ain't gonna act right, is you?
Oh, boy, fat meat ain't grease.
Fat meat ain't great. Boy, look here. Go ahead.
But that the world through him might be saved.
He
that believeth on him is not condemned, but he that believeth not is condemned already.
See, you condemned already, and it's basically going to be off of your actions. Y'all understand? See, you can say you serve the God of the Bible or the God of Israel, but your ways show if you serve him.
Exactly.
Because he has rules of worship. If you try to mix worship of another guy, like, oh, you playing around. I told you I'm jealous.
Right.
Well, I just don't understand why I can't have 2 husbands. Let's get some more.
Because he had not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of Yahweh. And this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world. And men love darkness rather than light.
What men love?
Darkness rather than light.
Yes, sir.
Because their deeds were evil.
What were their deeds?
Evil.
See, and deeds are what you put in, the work you put in.
Yep.
See, you want to put in the work at night. What can't you hope nobody can see you? See, but the Most High say, if you get me, what does night and day got to do with anything?
Right.
You holler it at night or day, but if you save it for night, then we know who you serving. Your deeds go prove.
Right.
Go ahead.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
What they hate?
Hateth the light. Neither come to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in Yahweh.
See, your deeds have to be made manifest, so there's going to be situations where you have to prove. You have to let the nations know, I'm one of the set apart.
That's right.
But that's going to be by deeds. That ain't going to be because you talking or got on some clothes.
Right.
No, faith without works is what?
It's dead.
No, your works ain't clothing. The works ain't shopping at Hebrew Gap.
Right.
Hebrew Macy's. Oh, yes. Oh, that one right there with the fringes down. Oh, those fringes are longest jump rope. Give me that one. That should show how I really care about the Most High. When I wear that in there, they're going to say he loves the Most High. Right. Look at his garments.
Right.
Look at those fringes down. I thought those were shoestrings, but they're his fringes.
But they're polyester blend.
Boy, I look good.
Right. They're blended garments.
Let's get some definitions. And we just take regular definition because every dictionary gonna do spiritual and fleshly. So definition of, we'll just use the word God because that's what we're talking about. But we're talking about the power, omnipotence, the majesty, but it's called God or Elohim, you know. So we ain't gonna go into all the different changes of word. We're just gonna get down to the meaning of it, the words that are in the Bible. Even if you say, well, see, that shouldn't say gods like that, but are they being worshipped? Are they real? What are we writing about? What entered into Judas Iscariot? What bad doctrine was he around that entered into him? The devil came to Judas personally and leaped inside of him. He like, man, I got it, bro. You riding shotgun today. Is it me, Lord? I told you riding shotgun. Go ahead. What did it say?
God, in Christianity, God is an eternal, supreme being who created and preserves all things.
So that's how they listen. What's the other definition?
Let me go to Miriam. The supreme or ultimate reality, such as the being perfect in power, wisdom, and goodness, who is worshipped as in Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and Hinduism.
Now, out of all that, we're saying perfect and created. That's what we got to see. Why does everything else he named need the Bible to help them become perfect? If you're a God, you can't get none of this. Most I say, I don't share it with no other person talking about worship. No other person. If you worship over there, you can't come on this side of the fence. That means you're lukewarm. You're a fence rider. You're trying to have light and darkness dwell together. It don't work. It brings twilight. That's why all vampire movies, you can't, it look like the sun or the moon ain't out. It's just right there, and they're doing all of the stuff they do in between the changing of time. Go ahead, bro. What to say?
Or less commonly, God or being an object that is worshipped as having more than natural attributes of power. More
than natural attributes of power. That's why we say Adam was a natural man. Then when the Holy Spirit got on, he became preternatural. But he won't reach supernatural until the second coming. Y'all understand? He had a chance to go to supernatural, but he failed in the garden. Listening to one who claimed he was God. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Claiming he was God and showing a few miracles, so to speak. Tricks up his sleeve. Tricks up for who?
Kids.
Let's get some more. Where we at? That's good, Zeb?
Yeah.
Okay, give me another definition. Nothing. So we can't be putting on all this armor in Ephesians 6 and 9 and we're battling against nothing. That don't make no sense, do it?
No.
Like if you just saw somebody just shadow boxing and then he put a belt around like he the champ, doing like this, but this all he been doing.
You knocked him out.
You knocked him out. Paul called it, he said you beating the air. That's shadow boxing. See how you scared somebody, all he been doing was beating the air? The air taking a whooping, ain't it?
Look at that technique.
But look at that technique. Go ahead, bro.
Nothing. Not anything.
Not what?
Not anything.
Yeah.
No thing.
Yeah.
Right.
No part.
Yeah.
One of no interest, value, or consequence.
See, so when the Most High is saying that they are nothing like that, he's talking about compared to me. But compared to y'all, y'all got to be careful. he'll devour you if you ain't on my team. He has that power. Not only that, but he can send minions out to do his dirty work. Supernaturally.
That's right.
Leroy around the corner can't get in your dreams. Don't have that power to do that. Let's get rolling, y'all. Isaiah 41:14. And what the Most High do, just like the test with Elijah and the Baal priest, you think they did all of that and the God was nothing? Y'all understand what I'm saying? It had them to the point that they were slashing their wrists and the test was, let's see who God is God. That's always been the deal. That should change your mind and make you repent, but we won't. We stiff-necked. We sottish. And we want to prove our God still can do the work.
Right. I want to back that up to 10.
Yes, sir. Back it up to 10.
Isaiah, what y'all?
41. You know, and it's like, you know, we just have to be careful of what is, it is. A gay man is still a man.
Right.
He ain't a woman. So we need to understand, I don't care how he's switching, you have to be careful how you approach him with anger and violence, and you think because he's switching like that he ain't a man.
Right.
Boy, look here. It'll be like me and Jake was discussing this morning. He said, you wake up with a sore rear and a broke jaw.
Just violate.
Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible.
That's her.
I'm gonna show you.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah, boy.
Yes, ma'am. Speak a little louder, Emo, if you will.
When they asked, who is my God, I told them, there was someone that when I was in Texas, they said, who's God? I said, wait, they were talking about God. I said, I don't serve a God. I serve a master creator Lord.
Yeah.
And they
That's
were
right.
like, I said, no, I serve a master creator of all.
Yeah.
And that's who he is.
And what you're basically telling them, that's the God I serve. So I understand what you're saying, Emo. The play on words, it really don't mean anything, because when you take it back to Hebrew, it's still gonna be translated meaning this. It's to the point they say, well, actually it's just dog turned around backwards. All that foolishness. But what we're talking about is the script have in here gods, other gods, no other gods before me. You know, and it's just in the English so we understand it, but it's not the word itself, it's what comes behind it. Mm-hmm. You're bowing down your knees to something that can't save you.
Right.
And not only that, you're hoping that this God allows you to get away with your crimes. That's why they go to him. Right. Y'all understand? See, people that had parents that put down the law, we kind of want to be like the children that got to stay out all night. They want to be like you. Right. They didn't like being out in the night like that. A lot of things happen, and we hear about, man, did you hear what happened? No. What you mean? That happened after the street lights came on? Oh, we was in the house.
Right.
That news we have to get the next morning. Let's get some more.
All right, family, we're back in the book of Isaiah, chapter 41. We're going to start the reading in verse 10.
Yeah.
Everybody there?
Isaiah 41:10. Go ahead, bro.
It reads, Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy Elohim.
Yes, sir.
I will strengthen thee.
So he basically tell you, I'm who gonna protect you.
That's right.
Yes.
That's about like either you gonna believe it or you ain't. And if you in this, you can't be dibbling and dabbling in something else. That means you don't believe it.
Right.
You can't believe it if you search outside of this. Y'all, this is what it's talking about. Believe. You have to believe that. I don't care what else going on around the world. It's all of that can be answered. Why things happen, why children die, what things like this that happen. All that can be easily answered. You get to the point that you say, well, why would he do that? If he didn't do that, would you worship him? No, you wouldn't. You'd be still the same person.
Yep.
If then none of that happened to children, you still would be dark side like you is. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
I will strengthen thee. Yeah, I will help thee. Yeah, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness.
With the right hand of my righteousness. And when we get through understanding that, when we continue pound scripture, you're going to see that's the Messiah. That's what he going to hold you up with. You know, I'm not going to come down here and play with y'all. I'm the creator. I get rid of y'all. I don't play around with y'all. But the right hand of my righteousness, he'll take care of that for me. Go ahead.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing.
What shall they be?
They shall be as nothing.
So I want y'all to understand what it's saying. It's saying first they confounded you.
Right.
Now they're nothing because you have a belief system now. But before, they had you jacked up. They had power over you.
Exactly.
Now they're nothing when you're on this side of the table. Let's get some more.
And they that strive with thee shall perish.
No.
Thou shalt seek them, and shall not find them. Even them that contended with thee. They that war against thee shall be as nothing. And as a thing of naught.
Because the Most High say, when I'm with you, a lot of times he delivers situations. You know why? Because you think, I'm going to have to put him down.
Yep.
I don't want to have to do this. Most High, have mercy on me, help me. I don't want to have to do this. And you get a phone call, man, man, such got put down. What? You're like, Most High intervened on that one.
Yeah.
If you think back then to where you are now, you got to this point. All it took for you was not to reason that in your mind and going over there. You could have a whole different situation now. But he fight your battles for you. He'll get rid of your problem child, so to speak. Somebody that you worried about. The problem is, why do we keep thinking, man, you almost want to go back before the time and then you still beat them up.
Right.
See,
right.
you can almost don't accept what the Most High do for you. And you just start dreaming, boy, before he got killed, boy, I'd have liked to. Well, I wish I'd have had that in my pocket when he ran up on. Why? He gone. It ain't going back to yesterday. You understand what I'm saying? But we won't accept that because we want to be our own God sometimes. We want to be a deliverer of ourselves.
You can't deliver yourself.
Boy, look here. So these things happen to us in our mental, even when good things, that's where the devil will come right back in. You could have did yourself. You didn't need God. You think about, but what's the other side of that? Penitentiary of the graveyard, ain't it?
One of them going to happen.
Let's get some more.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
For I, the Most High, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee.
Right.
Fear not, thou worm Jacob.
Y'all see that? Thou worm Jacob. Like, what he calling Jacob a worm for? He's saying in our lowest estate. Lamentations 4. How has the gold become dim? Worm, you're nothing. That's another way of saying, I got you, my nigga. If y'all understand what I'm saying, it's just a byword for the condition that you in. See, if we were in good condition, we was at home, he wouldn't have to be telling you, I got you, I got you. Ain't no enemy. These words are not when Satan is locked up for 1,000 years. We don't hear, I got you, I help you. You're around to help. You understand? It don't have to be promoted to you. You know my help got me. You don't have to keep referring it to you because you in the safety zone. You don't have to keep being reminded I'm in the safety zone.
Right.
But worm Jacob, when you look it up, it'll just tell you at the lowest state of how we look at a worm. You understand? As nothing but fish bait, or they're a worm. You want to run, but it ain't a snake, so you cut it in half and watch it wiggle. But that's just a byword, like we say. Sometimes you hear people say the N word, but then why do we still say, hey man, what's up, nigga? Is there really a term of endearment for it? Because when we read the book of Sirach, it means extremely cheap and niggardly, take from yourself, rob your own self. I mean, jack yourself. That's niggardly. You understand what I'm saying? Just dig in your own pocket with a pistol like this. What you got?
Give it up, fool.
Give it up, fool. But
I'm gonna kill me.
Brother, kill me. Yeah, you better recognize.
Right.
So
Take it.
yeah. But it's like, you know, when you have these spoof movies, it's real life because nothing is imagination. Like in that "Don't Drink Your Juice in the Hood," when we talk about the youngsters with the guns, he said, "What about this Tech 9 with these Nikes?"
Right.
He said, well, what about this 45 with these Adidas? And that's how they're dressing today, y'all. The gun is matching their outfit, so to speak. Get some more.
Verse 14 again.
Yeah.
Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, saith the Most High, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
Y'all see how I keep saying, and thy Redeemer. That's two people.
That's right.
Y'all understand what I'm saying? So he's telling you got help. I got y'all. Y'all just have to understand y'all just on punishment. Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument having teeth.
See, I'm going to make you new, so that means something's being cleaned up.
Right.
Go ahead,
Right.
so y'all understand the worm part. Go ahead.
Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small, and shalt make the hills as chaff.
Yeah.
Thou shalt fan them, and the wind shall carry them away, and the whirlwind shall scatter them, and thou shalt rejoice in the Most High, and shalt glory in the Holy One of Israel.
Now we want to keep this theme on our mind, that whirlwind. Y'all understand? Because the whirlwind is technically the challenge of power. Even against going up against nuclear warheads. It's the whirlwind. It's throughout all of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation. He ain't never had to change weaponry. He said, I'll get the nation to bow down. I'll send them a whirlwind. Because see, once they go to try to push their buttons for the nuclear, the whirlwind disable those systems. It's like that gridlock and leave the world behind. Nobody could do nothing. You couldn't even get to your supplies if you had them stacked up. It shut down immediately, because if it shuts down like that, it don't matter what technology you got or what you got. You're rendered powerless at this point. Do y'all know if a solar flare hit, it'll shut down everything, and then these nukes are up for grabs? Let's get some more.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
When the poor and needy seek water, and there is none, and their tongue faileth for thirst, I, the Most High, will hear them. I, the Elohim of Israel, will not forsake them.
And y'all, we got history in the wilderness. Even though Moses tripped and struck the rock, the Lord instructed him to speak to it. Right. But he angry and he hit it. Water still came out. That's still the mission. But Moses had to be punished for that disobedience.
Exactly.
You know, you done elevated yourself.
Right. Watch your mouth.
How you get that angry? See, and that's what he tell me. See, you wasn't that angry when I was giving you the 10 Commandments and they was down there at Diddy's house. You wanted to give your life on. You talking about take me. I told you no, they have to get their own. Now, this same people that you were talking about take me, you didn't allow that to happen, Moses. You done got took.
All your patience.
All your patience. You think you going to be angry and give them a blessing? Since when do that happen around here? God is angry. You like that new car? You like that new house? You like all them new clothes I'm giving you? See, so the Most High want us to understand that when he gives us to us is joy. He don't owe us nothing.
That's right.
All we done once you understand these laws and you start to see things, that's what that meant. Shit, I did that from 17 to 25. How did I get spared?
Right.
Let's get some more.
Verse 18.
Yeah.
I will open rivers in high places, and fountains in the midst of the valley.
Yeah.
I will make the wilderness a pool of water, and the dry land springs of water. I will plant in the wilderness the cedar, the shittah tree.
The what kind of tree?
The shittah tree.
Okay.
And the myrtle, and the oil tree. I will set in the desert the fir tree, and the pine, and the box tree together, that they may see and know and consider and understand together that the hand of the Most High hath done this, and the Holy One of Israel hath created it. Produce your cause.
Do what?
Produce your cause.
Before you do it, we're going to back that up, but he's just saying all of the things that he done. If you look at the book of Jonah, what he did for Jonah, it wasn't so more about Nineveh. What he wanted to get them to understand is, what I'm finna do for you, I need to show you my power before I send you to them. Well, he said, but after everything, he said, you already knew they was going to repent. He said, that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's got to do with them understanding what I'm about to do to them. And it was a whirlwind coming. And they got down, they put sackcloth on the animals. You had a parakeet and he just went, where's my sackcloth? You had to they put sackcloth on everything. And the anger of the Lord turned, but he showed Jonah, I'm going to show you even in the depths of the sea, I got you. Even you throw it on the desert with no shade around you, just beach, and the sun is at 120. And all of a sudden shade sprout up out of nowhere, and you cover. But notice Jonah still complaining about, well, you knew you was going to save them. That ain't got nothing to do with it. I saved them because they acknowledged me and turned from their ways. You're missing that point, Jonah. It's not that what I'm going to do, is why I did what I did. Why I showed mercy to them. But Jonah ain't understanding none of that. What you got back there, Emo? You good?
I'm just...
Okay. Go ahead.
Verse 21 again.
Yeah.
Produce your cause, saith the Most High. Bring forth your strong reasons, saith the King of Jacob.
Now, all throughout the Antichrist, you will always see him producing a cause. But it ain't about nothing. He said he going to create a cause for the mark of the beast. He going to do some of these things that going to cut your power out and stop you from going to the grocery store. That's the cause he producing. But that has nothing to do with manna bread. That has nothing to do with rock out of a water. He said it can cause all them all they want, but that's just limited. They can't control the earth resources. I'll have water spring out. He did it for Ishmael, didn't he? And his mama in the wilderness, didn't he?
Yeah.
He like, don't worry about that type of stuff. How they gonna cause you to say, we gonna die of thirst? Let's get some more.
Verse 22.
Yeah.
Let them bring them forth, and show us what shall happen. Let them show the former things, what they be, that we may consider them, and know the latter end of them, or declare us things for to come. Show the things that are to come hereafter, that we may know that ye are God.
That we may know that you are what?
That ye are God.
See, so they exist. It's a test for them. You understand? If they can get to this level, that you're God, that you're the God, if you can do these things. Not saying you're not God, but if you're the God. When you look up Albert Pike, who was a 33rd degree Freemason, sovereign ruler of this, he wrote in his instructions. And the instructions, it's on page 125. Y'all can get it. You can pull it up right now on Google. He said, we repeat this to the 30th, the 31st, and the 32nd degree Masons. Lucifer is God. And you have to repeat that to everybody that make it up to this level. Y'all have to make a choice. And guess what else they say in there? But Adonai is also God. It's like a warning. It's like, but look, it's another God out there. And he ain't named Buddha. He ain't going to Krishna. He ain't going to all of this because Freemasons worship Lucifer. He's the only other. All of them underneath him. So Freemasons say, ain't no need us going through them smaller G's. We're going right to the adversary that got thrown out of heaven. Buddha and them they made up down here. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But the one thrown down from heaven, that's the adversary. He caused trouble up there. He got trouble for y'all down here. Read some up.
Yeah. Do good or do evil.
Do what?
Do good or do evil.
That
we may be dismayed and behold it together.
So if however you say is good, use your stuff to control who God is. And notice, they're trying to compete against the God because they didn't ask for no tests.
Right.
They followed a test pattern because their mind knows who the true God is. It's like all these people out there now talking about they on some new enlightened doctrine, but yet keep sneaking in the Bible.
Right.
Your God will be ashamed of you.
Yeah.
If he smelled on your clothes, like, you smell like Exodus. You've been cheating on me.
Right.
You cheating on me with your husband?
Verse 24.
Yeah.
Behold, ye are of nothing, and your work of naught. An abomination is he that chooseth you.
Abomination is he that chooses you, because it has no power. Everything he's doing, I allowed him to have that little bit of power. I told him, you can do that.
Yeah.
Go ahead and do that. Flesh gonna die anyway. You go ahead and have your work with that. Go ahead. You have my permission to see if they scared of this or they want to preserve their soul. I'm only concerned about soul eternity. I'm not concerned with flesh that's going to die. Whether he lived 999 years, 11 months, and 28 days, he got to die before 1,000 years. It's still going to take the dirt nap. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But immortality, that's the God we're talking about. That's the only trick, or I should say trick or miracle.
Right.
It's the trick. He may try to mimic it with AI, but he can't do resurrection. He'll never be able to do that. It'll always be at a distance, or you always be saying, I smell a perfume, or I heard his voice, but you won't see that individual. Right. You may see something on video, but that individual coming up and sitting at the table like Lazarus did. We've been hearing Elvis been around doing that for long. I ain't seen him. Ain't no reports. There he is, y'all, the fat belly and all. That's Elvis.
He's been sighted.
He's been sighted. There's Tupac.
Right. Okay.
We get some more.
That's it on that.
Let's go right to Isaiah 46. And he's going to get more into how we should get into what we would consider whose side you serve, because it ain't a debate. You can't debate nothing. Why would I debate Satan how great he is and he acknowledges my time is short? It's like you scared of somebody that's beating on the board and chopping sticks until you kill my teacher. I ain't worried about you. I killed your teacher.
Right.
You can do all of this shit. The training you got right here didn't help him. Let's get some more, bro. Go ahead.
We're going to be going to 46 now.
Yeah, Isaiah 46 chapter. And y'all, we're going to see this word again, and then I'm going to show you a short video. Actually, Nerf sent me that video last night, boy, and I'm telling you, you believe in the Most High, you do not want to see that even as a believer, because you know it means business.
Dinner and the movie.
Oh, boy, it means business. You know, when he puts down his wrath and it scares you, it's for it to so you fear him from the perspective of, I'm not worried about anything else. You shouldn't be worried about him that can do child's play.
Right.
Hell, a child get a hold of your pistol, he can blow your brains out. You got in the back seat and the safety ain't on, you throw your purse back there. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 46, verse 1.
Yeah.
Baal bows down, Nebo stoopeth.
Yeah.
Their idols were upon the beast and upon the cattle. Your carriages were heavy loaded. They are a burden to the weary beast.
See, because you got idols on there, like you'll see where Roman Catholicism will bring Mary out on statues. They be on carts. They're actually driving them around on carts like they were. And not only that, they got them in the fly gear, Gucci and Wucci, you know, and I mean, the idol dressed up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The fly idol. Go ahead, brother. Got them riding on a cart, and people are bowing down as they ride by. Wucci is here, Wucci. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
They stoop. They bow down together. They could not deliver the burden, but themselves are gone into captivity.
Y'all see that? Idol worship will drive you into captivity because you're a slave to nothing. How do you become a slave to what can't do anything? if you say this mic, you got to take this mic everywhere. It can't go itself. Please, for homework, write this down. You want the book of Jasher. The 3rd chapter, it speaks on Abraham when he finally understood all the way up to the 10th chapter. You'll see Abraham when he getting into some things about what is God. He said he watched the sun and the moon, and he asked his mama some things, and she said, your daddy know he had a house full of God. And he asked the questions, how is this God, daddy? You know, and you have to bring him food every night. Boy, just quit asking all them questions. This God. Well, it didn't eat what you put down yesterday. Why you wasting good food? He got some teethus.
What was that chapter of Jasher you just spoke on?
We from the 3rd chapter up really the 9th chapter of Jasher is getting into Abraham when he's questioning his father. The 9th and 10th chapter questioning his father on what is God. But when you get into Jasher, just look at Abraham discovers the Most High. The Most High revealed himself through it. And you go through these phases. It's good we go through and weed out the junk. You know what I'm saying? Weed out that junk and get to the real. Shalom, Mark.
Shalom, Mark.
Let's get some more. It's
Verse 3. Hearken unto me, O house of Israel. O house of Jacob.
Yeah.
And all the remnant of the house of Israel. Did I skip some?
I don't know.
No, I did.
You
Hearken,
yeah,
I did, yeah. Hearken unto me, O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, which are born by me from the belly.
Now look at that born, B-O-R-N-E. That means to carry. Like Jeremiah 10, don't be scared of Christ. He said, cannot go. You have to, it must be born. It said B-O-R-N too. That means to carry. You got to carry that. But the Most High saying here, look, I'll born you. I'll carry y'all. Don't worry about nothing. Go ahead, bro.
Which are carried from the womb, and even to your old age.
How long?
Even until your old age. I am he. And even to hoar hairs.
Gray hairs.
Will I carry you. I have made, and I will bear. Even I will carry, and I will deliver you. To whom will you liken me?
To whom will you gonna liken me gonna do all this?
That's right.
How you gonna liken them to the Most High and they need your help?
Right.
Right. How you looking at this God, you falling down. If you don't put gas in the vehicle, it can't go. Go ahead, bro.
And make me equal, and compare me, that we may be like.
That's the question. Who you gonna equal up to?
That's right.
The Most High, the God of Israel. Who even? There ain't even a close second.
No.
Go ahead, bro.
They lavish gold out of the bag, and weigh silver in the balance. And hire a goldsmith, and he maketh it a god.
And he maketh a what?
A god. They fall down. Yeah. They worship.
Look, that's why they hated Paul so bad, because he told them Diana ain't nothing. Dirty Diana? Boy, they try to put Paul down. They like, he messing with the money. We got suckers out here.
Right.
That believe this thing talking in every now and then it'll cry blood. What do that mean? I mean, is that what's going to get you a piece of concrete of blood just roll out? So did that bring it alive? Did it just start cracking in that concrete? You know, crack, 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 and then something jump out of all that concrete. Blood out of the eye or something like that through some trickery. Go ahead.
They bear him upon the shoulder.
What they bear him up on?
Upon the shoulder. They carry him and set him in his place. And he standeth. From his place shall he not remove.
He can't go nowhere.
Yeah, one shall cry unto him, yet can he not answer, nor save him out of his trouble. Remember this, and show yourselves men. Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors. Remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else, and I am Yahweh, and there is none like me. Declare the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet gone, saying, My counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
See, and no matter what they do, they can talk about other gods, they can say something, but I don't care what documentary you looking at today, the supernatural, the undescribed, whatever they say, most people can't explain it, but there is one place it's written about in the Bible.
Right.
In the book of Genesis, they always go back to it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But the next breath, they throw you off. But they have to acknowledge the question we asking y'all is already been answered. It's the God of the Bible. He said it first. So no matter what happens, they end up still running back. It's just that we're sitting there and we latch hold to the words they follow behind that. That's when they go right back in. They acknowledge the Most High, and then they go right back to their ways. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the God of the Bible, but also, and then they misquote the next things after that. They tell it to you, and then they misquote it. And let me explain what I'm talking about. Like on Good Time, when they said Michael got the Bible, he said the Bible does describe the Messiah. And Michael reads, he said, but guess what he said? I read it about what's in the Bible, and Muhammad speaks. See, so look, Farrakhan and them is out here. They said it's in Revelations. Why then do you go back to Muhammad speaks when Muhammad sent you here? So you go here and then you go back and give him worship? Y'all understand what I'm saying? But that's what they did on Good Times. And you know how it ended up? When JJ painted an image of which you should have no images, they started naming them after all of the worms. Like Jacob the worm, when they read that, they started saying, looks like Ned the wino to me. And then James got it and said, I've been winning at the crap house. He take it with him to the crap house. He throwing dice with it under a picture. And he winning. And she like, y'all gone Ned the wino that drove everybody crazy. Then she go get back the white one and stick it back up on the wall.
One I know.
And the whole audience start clapping wildly. I want y'all to understand wildly. After what you already read in the Bible, and you put this one back up on the wall, even though the holy book said it looks nothing like that.
And then they roll the credits.
And then they roll the credits, and they clapping wildly. But notice they defame the image of what Revelation said. Looks like Ned the wino. He's a gambling tool.
Right.
Let's read some more. In 46 and
11.
Yeah.
Calling a ravenous bird from the east, the man that executed my counsel from a far country. Yeah, I have spoken it. I will also bring it to pass. I have purposed it. I will also do it.
See, and every time we get swarms of flies or mosquitoes, what book they compare it to?
Biblical.
There ain't no other book producing the cause. They're the results of the cause. They're the tail end of some of that. Like Egypt, like, man, we don't mess with him no more like that, man. We've been a dust bowl ever since. Egypt is tourist attraction. There ain't been a power, there ain't been a world superpower since. All of these nations that the Most High took. Ancient Babylon ain't nothing. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But these were rulers of the world. But Satan got another one coming. He say, I got the chief kingdom coming. Just like the Father give his son, Christ all the power, I'm going to give it to my son that's going to be God on earth. And that's what the script say. It say, if it were possible, he would deceive the very elect or believers.
Right.
They won't go to the left or the right. They straight on. They like, well, I'm going to live and die this way. Shalom said, I'm living and dying this way. I ain't going another route. That's the deal. That's what he's trying to shake you from. Let's get some more. Let's speed this up. I'm going to cut all this talk.
Okay. Verse 12.
Yeah.
Hearken unto me, ye stout-hearted.
What kind of heart?
Ye stout-hearted, that are far from righteousness. I bring near my righteousness. It shall not be far off, and my salvation shall not tarry. And I will place salvation in Zion for Israel, my glory.
That's just the bottom line. That don't mean can't nobody else get in on that. It's just saying this is the order it's going through, and that ain't going to change. under no circumstance. I don't care what God you go get. I don't care if you say, I ain't going to be a Hebrew no more. Who you fooling but yourself?
Right.
You can change your DNA like you done took it out and put it on a laboratory and say, I'm going to put in a little Chinese here and I'm going to do this. I ain't a Hebrew no more. What you got, brother?
A shadow in the comments as God's warrior, as Daniel broke down the word before in the first commandment, people think that means Yah first, then anything else. Not realizing it means in front of.
Huh?
Before is the
Before.
Don't put no other guys.
Before, right.
Right.
Well, and what's the, I mean,
What's the question?
what's the question? I mean, if he's saying
It
before
has to be
means
break down before.
before means right to put in front of Most High. That's all it means, to put in front. You know, like you got gods out here, like you hear him talk about Buddha. He said you can't put Buddha in front of me and then come back to me.
Right.
You know,
Thank you.
it's like, you know, your mama throw you out the house, and you know, if your mama throw you out, you a bad individual.
Yeah.
You know, cause she your last hope. And say you can't come back out here because you put somebody before me. Them hoodlums out in the street.
Right.
I told you. You don't bring hoodlum teaching up in here. This my house. If you want hoodlum teaching, go to their house, but they won't let you in their house after dark. Go ahead.
Where we going?
Revelation.
Yes, sir. So we're going to get right to it. Y'all going to speed this up a little bit while we got a good hour.
Well,
We'll get right to it.
Watch out.
Revelation 12. So we get an understanding that who we're up against, y'all, he made angels think he was God, or that he could become greater than who created them. A third of them, y'all. We ain't talking about somebody just going to Sunday church. We're talking about supernatural kind. We easy work if we don't believe.
right. They already up there.
Right. Let's get it. 12 and 1.
Read the whole thing. Huh?
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 1.
What you say, sis?
You got an S on the end of Revelation.
I put
I told you to take that.
Oh, Revelations.
Right.
Yeah.
Right on.
You just looking out for everybody.
Yeah, like
That's
look. Like Matthews. Some people say Matthews.
I did songs like that a couple times.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 1.
Yeah.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven.
What kind of wonder?
A great wonder in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun, and the moon under her feet, and upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Uh-huh.
And she being with child cried, travailing in birth, and pain to be delivered.
Uh-huh.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon.
What kind of dragon?
Red dragon.
Uh-huh.
Having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head.
So now we're looking at the war. This is who the war against. This great dragon against the children of Israel, so to speak. Let's get some more.
And his tail drew the third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to the earth. And the dragon stood before the woman which was ready to be delivered, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Uh-huh.
And she brought forth a man child, who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
Yes, sir.
And her child was caught up unto Yahweh and to his throne. And the woman fled into the wilderness, where she has a place prepared of Yahweh, that they should feed her there 1,263 days.
So that's 1,363.5 years. So basically, this is talking about the tribulation period. It talked about it up high. It said he pulled the same stun up there that's pulling down here. You know, but when it started to name the number of days, that's what a lot of times people bail out when they hear how long the tribulation gonna be. Man, 3.5 years, and you arguing about I'm hungry and finna get angry, and it's only been 6 hours since the last time you eat. So when you see he's gonna rain war for 3.5 years, you're technically in your mind saying I can't last that long. When you start complaining.
Right.
Man, he gonna be on our head like that? He been on our head for 400 since we've been here. What you crying about? Let's get some more.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels.
So now the Bible starts to clear up what you thought you were reading. And then he tell you this where it started first. There was war. And war means conflict, somebody getting killed.
Right.
Go ahead.
And prevailed not.
And what they do?
Prevailed not.
They didn't win that war. Go ahead.
Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
What'd he do?
Deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth.
Yeah.
And his angels were cast out with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down.
What is he called?
Accuser of our brethren.
That's all Satan can do, y'all. That's the only power he technically have if your armor is up. He has to accuse you of breaking the law. If you ain't breaking the law, there's nothing for him to go to court on you about.
Right.
Nothing. Everything else is speculation. Let me try him. I can get him to break. It ain't like he's saying you're not a law keeper. He just saying the only reason you doing it because all that protection we just read about in 46. He said, you remove everything you said in Isaiah 46. I got him. He easy work. He just like them third of the angels. I got them and they were supernatural. I can get them if you remove everything in 46 of Isaiah you just said you got them. I'll wear them out. What kind of threat is that? So basically, they're like say, I'll win if you take their weapons from them.
Right.
Ain't that crazy?
Right, yes.
It's like telling the police, if you take that gun and badge off, I'll whoop you to death.
Hey, actually, I told one that.
Well, look, and then they say,
remember
look,
Scott, he was a
what
cop.
about this?
I told him to take his gun and badge off.
Yeah,
he said, but I'm not going to take it off.
But look, right, because you was going to end up like Karate Joe on I'm going to get you sucker. All of you 50 cops against Karate Joe. Mastering Kung Fu, Karate, Hai Chi, and all of them just pull their pistols like, pow, 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 pow.
Hey,
they shot his clothes off of him.
He had me riding around Jennings for 3 years. I wouldn't even go through Jennings.
Hello, Lock Wayne. Yes, sir. No, you better not pull a Karate Joe. Go ahead, bro.
Where was that?
50. Yeah.
10.
Yep.
And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our power and the power of his Christ. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuses them before our power day and night.
See, he don't stop. He 24/7. So y'all understand a roving lion now? Day and night. Right. That means while you woke, I'm gonna put something in the heart of that supervisor and he gonna cause you to lose your job, or at night I'm gonna scare the hell out of you. I'm not going to quit. I'm gonna terminate on you until you quit being a believer. Go ahead.
And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb. And by the word of their testimony. And they loved not their lives unto the death.
See, it's by the blood of the Lamb and their testimony. It ain't just that. You got to do your part.
Right.
Let's get some more.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath.
What he got?
Great wrath. Because he knoweth that he has but a short time. And when the dragon saw that he was cast unto the earth, he persecuted the woman which brought forth the man-child. And to the woman were given 2 wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, unto her place, where she is nourished for a time, and the time and half a time, from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood.
And this is just talking about Satan over in a safety spot, but he just throw flood waters out there to see if it can get us. If we'll come off and get carried away, swept away in the current, so to speak, of wickedness. See, he know we got a safety zone if we stay where we supposed to be in Goshen, so to speak, even mental Goshen. Y'all understand what I'm saying? But if he could throw enough stuff out there and you get caught up and you be reaching for your life preserver, and you know how people just float on way down the river, ain't no need in you trying to jump in. You and swim that fast when you won your blue ribbon at the rec center. How the hell you think you gonna catch them in that current? You gonna dive in there.
Boy.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
And the earth helped the woman.
And the word did what?
And the earth helped the woman.
Uh-huh.
And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth.
Uh-huh.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman, and went to make war with the remnant of her seed,
Uh-huh.
which keep the commandments of Yahweh.
Which do what?
Keep the commandments of Yahweh,
Uh-huh.
and have the testimonies of Yahshua HaMashiach.
That's the only ones he fighting against. Everybody else, he say, y'all already on my team. Y'all unity, y'all brunity, y'all coexist. I need those commandment keepers. Why? We all us? What about all of he like, y'all ain't nothing. Come on now. Y'all believe anything I
Y'all
tell
get caught
y'all.
up in that water.
Yeah, yes, sir. Y'all believe anything. I need them believing. I need y'all help with me to get them. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And they say, but believers in Messiah. So we have to understand, all Israel ain't Israel. When we talk about spiritual, you got to have belief in the Messiah. I don't care how many camps out here. If they make their elders a high priest, then he's their Messiah. If they use the word high priest, if you use reverend, if you use worshipful master, I don't care what you use. If you put a title on him that means bow down to me and show respect to me on that level, spiritual level,
Turn him into a
that's your God.
Right.
Let's get this next script.
2 Corinthians.
2 Corinthians 4.
You came up with this claim?
Yep.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, family, we're going to the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4. We'll start the reading in verse 1.
Yes, sir.
The book of 2 Corinthians in chapter 4 and verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not.
Y'all understand what keeps us from fainting is because we know we ought to be dead. Everybody up in here, if you're of age and you understand the law, you saying, according to the law, if it was the letter of the law, I would be dead. And I want y'all to understand the letter of the law. That was different from, that was Aaron.
Right.
The letter of the law. It whooped you immediately to get you in shape. Like basic training in the army, they punish you for every mistake. But once you graduate, then you get to go to the mess hall with the lieutenants and sergeants and different things. You know, for you who've been in the military, you understand from that perspective. But while you going through basic training, they hard on you. Yeah. You know, get over that wall, maggot. You know what I'm saying? And then once you graduate, see, graduation is understanding the order of Melchizedek. I think outside the box. You know, I don't put my flesh always in a situation where it be whooped, and then my conscience have to suffer the pain for what I keep allowing my flesh to do. The letter of the law. When you graduate into Melchizedek, you understand the law perfectly, all four sides of it. And you don't preach, whoop you as soon as you make a mistake. Your parents usually didn't do that until the second or third mistake because they want to make sure you understood their rules. Maybe you were misinformed. So I'm going to write this on the wash them dishes, take that trash out, and do this before I get home from work tonight. She tell you that verbally. You don't do, I thought you just said just wash this or just do that one part. Say, okay, so write it down and put it on the thing. Now that's the letter of the law. Now she come in and you sleep, the TV going, Soul Train still on, dishes piled up, trash still in there. And then you get, boy, look here, before you realize. And when she wake you up, look, one lick and 2 hours up. And look, it was Nerf that told me, man, come on, man, let's just watch Soul Train. We'll take that trash out later. And she was whooping. And see, I was up already, so I'm watching her put him on him. And he was just flinching in his seat. I bet that boy say, boy, what is this? My mom ain't my dream. And she was letting him have it with that Hot Wheel track. Finally, his eyes opened up like this, and he saw her like this. Get your, did I tell y'all to get that trash out of here?
It's good to know I ain't the only one that happened.
Boy, look here, 1 in the morning taking it out.
1 in the morning, too. It was 1 in the
Look,
morning, too.
and then all she did was remove the note now. You know why?
She don't
Because
need
it's
the
up
note.
here.
You don't need to know no more.
That's the difference in the letter of the law. You don't have to keep running the law and shoving it down people's throat. The law is not for a righteous man, meaning who already keeping the law. It don't mean they're sin-free. They mean he know if I break this one, this is what I got to do to get back in the Most High's grace. And hopefully we get to an example of David when he numbered Israel. He said, I know what I did. I got to get back in his good grace. I got to get back on his good side. And that's by his rules. Not going off and worshiping crystals or trying to do something else and change your name to something supernatural. That ain't going to get it done. Let's get some more.
Daniel.
Yes, ma'am.
When you go into in Chronicles about that story about David,
Yeah.
why was the Most High mad at him? Joab didn't really want to do that. Why was the Most High mad at him? Why wasn't he supposed to number Israel?
Because we never want a nation to know where we at as a whole number. He said, I got you spread out on 4 corners. I got you like the sand of the sea. I don't ever want you numbered like that to where he said the nations do that. When they come out battling array.
They could overcome you in that. That's just like in the military, when you use the bathroom and your trash and all that, you have to clear all of that. Because they will know how many of you it is.
Yes, sir.
And how to attack you that way.
And not only that, but that take no faith in Isaiah 46, the trust that we have for. If we show our numbers, then some of us may feel we're powerful enough to take it.
It'll give you the big head.
You know, like it's people saying we can get to 144,000 here. Man, all we got to do is do this and we can take this nation. You fooling yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be fooling yourself.
You a third of the nation.
Look here, you going to swivel your hips into power. No, I'm saying they talking about we can build a 12 tribe and take this nation. So you think hip swiveling going to get this nation to come down.
What about them curses?
Boy, look here. That's what we talking about. So, it's just a play on words. And that's what they doing, a play on words on you. That's what the devil like to do. Did God really say that? And for a second, if your mind go, wait a minute, did he? Once you do this, did he? He got you.
Right.
You a through piece of, and I mean just what saying got you. Now, the Most High may send an angel and intervene real quick, and he'll come back and tell you, you know I could have got you. I had you. If it hadn't have been for God right there, you was through. Don't talk that tough talk to me. A humble man will go back and say, yeah, you had me. That situation, it was 1 foot in the grave and the other one on a banana peel. Yeah, you had me. And then you have to acknowledge it was the Most High because you're trying to find a reason how I got out of it. Maybe he was really scared of me. See, when I crapped on myself, that scared him. It scared him.
Right.
Go ahead.
Sound like he's scared of the crap.
Boy, look here. Yeah. See that stench? That wasn't no regular stench. Yeah.
It was a scared stench.
Well, boy, look here, the stench of fear. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Let's get caught up.
You just said 2.
Huh?
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Oh, I was reading.
Yeah, he was, boy. Look, he talking about me. Look. Now over there gonna say, yeah, that old man getting on it.
He took his glasses
Yeah,
off
he
and
took his glasses
everything.
off. Like he at home somewhere
Yeah,
chilling.
what's part of verse 1?
Yeah.
Where we at?
And
2 Corinthians chapter 4.
I'm here 4.
I read 1 already?
Yeah, you read 1.
Okay. I'm going to read it again because I don't remember.
Yeah.
2 Corinthians chapter 4, verse 1. Therefore, seeing we have this ministry, as we have received mercy, we faint not, but have renounced the hidden things of dishonesty.
The what?
The hidden things of dishonesty. Not walking in craftiness, nor handling the word of God deceitfully.
Yes, sir.
But by manifestation of the truth, commending ourselves to every man's conscience in the sight of Yahweh.
See, so how we walk now is to the point to where I'm an open book. What you used to know, that ain't me no more. I'm walking in an open book now. You can see the way I'm going. And if you more concerned about the people, the nations have an open book on you. It's called this right here. Your cell phone is an open book on you. And when y'all start to see things like, man, how that thing know I was going to search for that?
Right.
They're making arms and stuff that can feel a prosthetic. You can move it with your mind.
Right.
So what's technically happened is because you got your thumb on this all the time and you need it for business, you got it everywhere with you. It's starting to pick up your rhythms. Algorithms and different things like that. It's starting to get in tune with you. So it's starting to become your conscience. So it pulls up what it think you may be looking for. The problem is what's in your history, what you're thinking about. Why do this thing keep pulling up big black and I ain't?
It's because you keep
been on
clicking
that
on
Look, I ain't been on that in what, a couple days.
You pull it up because you keep clicking on
Yeah. But it may be other things that you're saying that is saying what you're really looking for is this right here. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Because you be like, wait a minute, this is strange to me. And you think about it for a second, you say, why? But you keep on going with it. That should tell you, be careful. Walk circumspectly. Don't allow your because this is what they come for you. They come for these records. If you say you want around there, they're like, we got you pinged off of this tower. Somebody else have your phone and it pinged off the tower.
You ain't getting
That's
nobody
how
else
they
your
caught a
phone.
lot of them looters that we had doing that Mike Brown stuff.
All of them.
They phones pinging in them areas.
Because they calling everybody. You better get on down here. We stealing everything. I mean, we borrowing not.
What you want?
What you want?
I couldn't believe them cats down there stealing one rim.
Oh, but what are you gonna do with that? All you gonna do is talk about it when the talk come up about the ride.
Yeah.
Man, I'm dog. I still got the rim back there now. Show him the rim. Show him the rim.
He gonna put it on the chain.
I ain't no punk. Show him the rim.
Still got the evidence.
Boy, look here. If he could have put it on a chain, he would have. Go ahead.
4.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
But if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost.
See, this gospel ain't hid, y'all. This is what we have to keep preaching. We ain't on no new signs. We're on this war. It's the only war we up against. What they try to do is go find another God that they're not warring with. No, you're not warring with that God because he's on Satan's team. We just read in Revelation he had 7 horns and 10 crowns. So that's who team you're on. That's why you're making those statements. Let's get some more.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
In whom the God of this world hath blinded the minds of them which believe not. Lest the light of the glorious gospel of Christ, who is the image of Yahweh.
Who is the what?
Who is the image of Yahweh, should shine unto them.
So that's what Satan tried to blind you from about Messiah. And though you find out you Hebrew, but if your elder becomes chief high priest, what order is he under? Priesthood, he's a priest. Priests get orders. What orders do you have separately that we call you third in command of all heaven and earth and not this brother over here?
Right.
How'd you get that position? We want to know. But then you talking all this tough noise dressed up, but then when a white man come to the school, you dressed up like you on a job interview. You got that bandana pulled off with saying you the toughest man in Israel. That's off. You ain't got your robe on. You got on a J.C. Penney dress shirt. You got on your Yeah, and you got on your suede jacket, your favorite. That's my going out and showing everybody I got a little piece of change jacket. And it had a few fringes on it. And he's sitting there with his hands like this, like you're on a job interview. See, this shows us who you scared of.
Right.
Because you would do all that tough talk to him. You'd have been sitting there with a toothpick in your mouth, dressed the same way. What you want, heathen?
Right.
You here to see the third in command of all heaven and earth? Bow down, heathen. But you sitting there like, yes, I can work Saturdays and all holidays as well. Yeah. Non-confrontation. But you come in the room and everybody got to jump up and stand at attention. General on deck. General of what?
Right.
Probably just watched some General Hospital and y'all and interrupted it. He got to come in there, man. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
For we preach not ourselves, but Christ Jesus the Lord.
Yeah.
And ourselves your servants for Jesus' sake. For Yahweh, who commanded the light to shine out of darkness, has shined in our hearts to give the light of the knowledge of the glory of God in the face of Jesus Christ.
So we got to see it through him. Ain't no other way. You can't see it through your leader. See, this is what I'm talking about. Free Case Ray was sick one Passover the prior year before he rode in on the horse. He was so frail that when they was bringing him in, people were weeping uncontrollably. He was barely walking. His face was gaunt and taut, like, it get worked over. Instead of him changing his mind, the next Passover, to prove to them that he to recover, he come in on a horse like the Messiah.
Being led by heathen.
So they holding the rein. Yeah, he ain't rolling. He
ain't even ruling the horse.
Right.
He just riding.
They walking him like see. It's just like it's just like coming in on carriages that we just read in Isaiah 46. How they do their idols. They can make men that. See, they're bringing him in. He ain't doing it himself. He ain't riding it in like this and let it run. And then he pull it back down and look around, scowl.
He just going for a horsey ride.
Yeah, all he doing is a horsey ride. He might well be that little thing on the circle that you sit on and you stand there and watch your kids and they happy.
Right.
Needs be born.
Right.
What you got, bro?
Messiah rode the ass, though.
Right.
He wrote it in there, though. He himself.
Right.
Hosanna in the highest. That's what he's trying to imitate. But when nobody leading the donkey in and all that stuff, he riding. And not only that, he ride on the lower model.
Right.
As not to exalt himself.
Exactly.
Right.
And this guy come in on that, and the women are, she's sitting just weeping like she's looking at the Messiah and the horses, and they held on to them hands. Hold it. Hold it, Sally. Give him an apple. Hold it. And he just sitting up there. Yeah, he just sitting up there. Yeah, y'all get it under control.
What's that white thing hanging in?
Boy, look here. Jacob said if he had been in there, he'd have snatched one of them hat pins out and stuck that horse in his hand. And when it ride up and caught his foot in there and drug him through the city, he said it'll cut that foolishness out then. Go ahead.
Oh man, verse 6.
Yeah.
For Yahweh has commanded, verse 7.
Yeah.
But we have this treasure in earthen vessels.
Yeah.
That the excellency of the power may be of Yahweh and not of us.
Yeah.
We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair.
Yes, sir.
Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Always bearing about in the body the dying of the Lord Jesus Christ, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our body. For we which live are always delivered unto death for Jesus' sake, that the life also of Jesus might be made manifest in our mortal flesh.
In our mortal flesh, and that's the deal, because we know it's in our supernatural because it's immortal already, but the flesh, immortal flesh, not that flesh that corrupt. Y'all feeling me? Not that corrupt, that flesh that'll corrupt overnight, 72 hours. Was somebody out there clowning?
No, I'm just laughing at that other y'all talking about him on the horse. I'm thinking about that brother who was doing that Ben Vereen job with the hat, tap dancing all around the stage. Which one was that?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you talking about, that's Dickie Shepherd.
Yeah.
And flip that hat up doing them Bojangles routine.
Yeah.
And they like, boy, that boy got it. He needs to be worshipped.
For dancing?
Boy, look here.
Well, you should have seen they were flipping that hat.
Boy, flipping that hat, and then he had the part because he put that head right up on it.
Right. That boy's cold.
Cold. Go ahead.
Where we at? 12. So then death worketh in us, but life in you.
Right.
We having the same spirit of faith, according as it is written. I believe.
I did what?
I believe, and therefore have I spoken. We also believe.
We also what?
Believe, and therefore speak. knowing that he which raised up the Lord Jesus shall raise up us also by Yahushua, and shall present us with you. For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might through the thanksgiving of many rebound to the glory of Yahweh.
Yes, sir.
For which cause we faint not.
We do what?
We faint not.
Yo, and this is what we talking about, faint not. You know, when you feel faint, you have to quit. And if there's too much pressure for you, Most High say don't get into faint mode. Like it talk about David in that same 1 Samuel 21 when it talks about David grew faint.
Right.
But David was getting to the point that where you shouldn't be out to war like that. You got to let them youngsters go out there. And his nephew had to get busy with that giant. But it said, David, you can't just put this on your shoulder like that. This what gray hairs get you. You get to kind of just command, so to speak. You just can't run out there like you did when you took Goliath at 14 or 15 years old. You don't have the same strength in you. The spirit is willing. And he was being protected, but they say if he kill you, the light go out of Israel. The prophecy is over at this point. We need your offspring to produce the Messiah. He's the root and the offspring of David. If your light go out, that ends the prophecy. So they got him out of there. And his nephew took him down. And they said, David, you can't go back out to war no more. No more. Mm-hmm. And sister, also when we talk about number in Israel, like I say, like Judges 7, he said, how many Israelites we got? He said 30,000. Oh, that's way too many. That's way too many. You know, because we want to take these nations. And he said, well, have them do this test. Go down there and there you pick them. He said, how many you got left? 20,000. He said, send this many home. Send 10,000 more home. And the number whittled down to 300. Yep. He said, that's all I need right there. Just 300 y'all. Because if I don't, y'all gonna think y'all did this. And this the camp talk you heard. Man, we can take it. We can take the kingdom. We supposed to take. That's that talk, that same talk with a bunch of people. But everything he say, I send you all by 2 at the most 3. Why is it a gang out there? And one pack of 25 pack of black hat firecrackers will settle it down to 1 or 2 left. Because they just think they're supposed to be out there. To them, they're told they're doing work. One guy just holding the sun. The other guy, that's right. Read it again. Isaiah said, you hollering and cars just passing by. So who all them cars pass by that won't hear you? How you going to shake the dust from your feet and you ain't had a formal introduction or hospitality? That's where you want to look. People give you hospitality. That's what this is about. This is Abraham prophet. It's about how to invite you into their homes and hear the gospel and then you leave. But out there screaming and hollering, what invite are you doing? What comfort do they have? What rest stop? If you saw them on a rest stop and you didn't know, would you keep going or you pull over? It sound like they talking about something over there. All of them dressed in them colors like that. Mm-hmm. Well, it ain't the Klan. They be in white. Right. Well, they got hoods on too, but it just ain't covering their face. Pull over and see what they're talking about. Ain't nobody doing that. Right. Script told us how to do it. Go in the neighborhoods, 2 of y'all at the most 3, and go knock on their door. And tell them you have the good news for them, the gospel. If you're on a street corner, like Paul and Silas and them was doing, they were in an area to where people could stop and sit down, and they almost a teaching mode like the Messiah did on the mount. He said, I had to go up here and sit here where I can really talk to all of them and get all of their attention. Driving by in cars, walking with shopping bags, you ain't getting no attention. Their focus is somewhere else. Let's get some more.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
For which cause we faint not. But though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day.
Y'all see that?
That's right.
OG Jeremiah 69. 10. He feeling good.
Yes, sir.
Y'all understand? Even though the outward man is getting old, he feel 10, I'm sure, on certain things. When he stand up and knees pop and sound like a drive-by shooting, he like, yeah, this 10. Woo, and you have to rub and you're like, man, wait a minute, did that pop out his joint? Let's get some more.
You got to hold him for support.
Boy, look here.
Verse 17.
Yeah.
For our light affliction, which is but for a moment.
See, that's just a light affliction we going through. How we complaining in this land?
Right.
And people swimming across canals to get here. Our light affliction, it was heavy. It's still heavy. Like we had a sister, and I'm gonna say we'll move on. The sister just got killed by the police.
Oh, yes,
Sonya Massey, and a big discussion about the 4-year-old they just shot with the guy got the knife to her. See, one with the little boy, domestic violence is a police nightmare. Every time they go, it's like walking into a snake pit. They don't know what they can get because the woman, if she starts seeing him handling her boyfriend that was just whooping her and putting his foot so far up in her rear end, you know, she turned on the police. Y'all quit hitting. I didn't mean for y'all to do them like that. I didn't call them. So that's their worst nightmare. But to be on edge and shoot the hostages, I thought you went for training like that. And they show a little white girl pop out and they hold a pistol. And then they show a nurse, a nurse pop up and they hold a pistol. As soon as the bank rob out, they supposed to kill him. So when is it lawful to shoot at an individual with a hostage? Now they said we're not going to put him under, you know, he's not going to be tried. But that's them. That's just the police station saying that. There's other entities out there that say, no, he need to come up on trial. Where in your training manual say you shoot through the hostage to kill the perpetrator? Yeah, y'all understand? But this the deal here too, so we don't get sidetracked by what happened with Massey. She's what's called schizophrenic. That means her flesh is to the point it's so out of control that the spirit comes in every now and then. That's what's called Jekyll and Hyde. Well, the spirit came on her and it told him what he was. It told him at first, y'all ain't come here to hurt me, right? No, why would we do that? And look, she said, oh, I left that stove on the pot. I mean, that pot on the stove. And the next words out of his mouth, oh yeah, we don't want a fire up in here. Her next words are, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Now, unless they went through some training that say when you hear that, they're about to attack. But it was on the spiritual side. Because when crazy people tell you, or who people you think are crazy, tell you something that you know is going on, it scares you for just a minute. You shouldn't buy a crazy person and say, I know who you are. It's like the lady told the vagabond Jews. We know Paul and Silas, but you. We ain't got a clue who he was. So what he told her, she said, I rebuke you in the name. See, and it jumped at his conscience. His first initials was, you know, hey, if you plan on doing that, I'll do it. But the first thing he said, I'll shoot you in your face. Right. In your MFing face. She's over here, you over here, you got backup with you. Right. You're talking about, I didn't want her to throw that hot water on me like this. But the problem is, y'all, when we look past all of that, we can get through that, they arguing about that. He told the hospital, the staff, she tried to commit suicide. So no matter what we talking about at this point, no matter what's going through his mind, he knows he's a liar because he lied to them. Right. So that's where we at in the case. It would be just driving that home. Why you lied to him? Why you say she killed herself?
And how did she shoot her shot 3 times?
That's what I'm talking about. But look, what I'm just saying is, all the other stuff we talking about, she had the pot of water. None of that matters because of what he said after the fact. See, his consciousness just saying, they're going to lock your ass up. You better come up with something. Say she shot herself. Yeah, that's a good one. She shot herself. But this is how the devil gets you. The devil's like, he went for that. They going to lock his ass up. I don't need him no more. Shit, he was starting to get out of control anyway. But the deal going to be, every case he was involved in, they finna go look at it. They have to look at it. Because if this callousness like that, I'll shoot you in your face and tell his partner, don't worry about that medical kit, that's a headshot. I do that. See, that's what they're going to go look for, the other headshots. Because if he that comfortable, he do that and walk away. And instruct another, don't give him no assistance. No. Further the affliction and call themselves not guilty.
Daniel, that mental health call to the police is 1086.
Yeah.
And you got to be very, very careful because it just sounds like they've been trained on it, but it sounds like They haven't been trained on it.
Well, they're up against their worst nightmare, domestic violence. Coming to one's home and I get killed. They're on edge about they need to find another profession. Just think about that if that was firemen that felt like that. Oh, hell no, boy, that looked like a, ooh, boy, that looked like a pot pie fire. I ain't going up in there. Shit, they put that on microwave on 20. They know damn well they can't put no pot pie in that metal thing. I ain't going in there. And what if firemen did that? Right. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, no, that looked like a long, what do they call them? The tense fire. I ain't going in there. I may get killed up in there. You in full gear with a water hose. Oh, hell no. Go ahead, bro.
That's
yeah.
the dangerous one.
Boy, yeah, look here.
Pot pie.
Verse 18. Verse 18.
Come on.
While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
See, we got to look for the things that are not seen. They're manifest. We just don't see them with these eyes. So what happens is if when you can't see with these eyes, you go to somebody, if you're on the dark side, and try to get them to let you see it with these eyes, and this torments you when you see them with these eyes. Go ahead.
But then this is a thing that help me in my spiritual book. What the eyes see and the ears hear.
Yeah.
The mind will believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the trick of the devil.
Yes, it is.
But your spiritual discernment shows you something totally different.
Yeah. That ain't what you really seeing right there. That ain't what you think it is. You understand? It's almost like somebody come around going, hey, you in the market for a TV? This what they used to get us, this back in the day when they was pulling scam moves down by Lowe's Theater downtown. You stand out there waiting on the bus, man. I got hey, look, but look, I ain't gonna bring it around here. Everybody looking, player, but give me your money, and I'm gonna go around the corner. And then you look for that. And look, the last bus that ran, they told you the last bus where you going, and you still waiting on him to come back from around the corner with that TV. Don't want to believe that I've been got.
Right.
And then you want to walk around there. But then your spirit tells you got God. You don't want to see he gone. You just don't want to see it. So you just stand there and hope. And now the sun coming back up rooster's corn. He said he was going to be right back.
You don't know what right back
Boy,
is.
look here. Let's get some more, y'all.
We go into the book of Hebrews.
Yes, sir. Chapter 2.
At least back when I was growing up, they would give you an old TV in a box, but it was
Bricks in there. Yeah, that one too. Shalom, Agdi. Yeah, they run that one too, y'all. That was another one. Put bricks in the box. Don't open it right here, man.
Yeah,
people
don't
look.
open it out here.
Like, ooh, this flat screen so heavy. Why is the flat screen so heavy? Boy, that's the new model. Right. They got all of the apps on it, so that's making it heavy. Yeah. See, that's why the thing lifted. The apps on there, they got everything. It got Netflix, it got Knucklehead Flicks, it's got Curly Stooges Flick, all them. Let's get some more, bro.
All right, fam, we're going to be reading in the book of Hebrews, chapter 2. I'm going to start the reading in verse 1.
I tell you what, for time's sake, because I want to get through these other few scripts.
Where you want to start?
Let's start at about... No, go ahead, bro. Yes, I heard you silence. You were just... Well, I can hear the rumble in your throat like verse 1. Go ahead, bro.
Chapter 2 and verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard.
Yeah.
Lest at any time we should let them slip. For if the word spoken by angels was steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received a just recompense of reward, how shall we escape if we neglect so great salvation, which at the first began to be spoken by the Most High?
Yes, sir.
And was confirmed unto us by them that heard him. Yahweh also bearing them witness, both with signs and wonders, and with diverse miracles and gifts of the Holy Ghost, according to his own will.
That's right.
For unto the angels hath he not put in subjection the world to come, whereof we speak. But one in a certain place testified, saying, What is man, that thou art mindful of him? Or the Son of Man, that thou visitest him? Thou madest him a little lower than the angels.
That's right.
Thou crownest him with glory and honor.
See, and so people don't get to understand. See, right there, he made him lower than the angels. So technically, the Messiah is lower than Lucifer.
No.
But the verse say he crowned him. Y'all understand? See, so get that out of your mind immediately. Well, why would he crown him then? You know, he lowered, and then why would he crown him? You know, it's the same way with David. When Jesse marched all his sons out there, he like, that ain't none of them. Not that strapping one, not that one that just won the weight contest, none of them. You got to have another son. The Most High don't make mistakes. Oh, David, he just tending the sheep. Go get it. We don't move another step till you go get it. As soon as he saw him, that's him. That is him. And poured the oil on him immediately. Y'all understand? And his brothers looking, they standing up there stout. Him. Him. That's who it is. And not to try to water down this position, but it's almost like how Michael Jackson's brother looked at him. Jermaine, you can hold a solo, but you can't dance. You know, it wasn't you that Barry Gordy saw. Don't get it twisted, Jermaine. Why you mad at little brother Mike? Because he little brother? Tito ain't saying nothing. Jackie ain't never said a word.
No, I didn't even know he could talk.
Boy, look here. But then you have one that say, I ought to get it, but you ain't got it.
Right.
You have a gift, but you're not God gifted. He has it. He's God gifted. We see that in him, the way he's moving. You can't do these type of things at his age. He's got it. The deal is the industry see it too, and they don't care. At that young age, at 8 years old, how you singing about a man and a woman in love? What love? If he ain't singing puppy love,
Right.
but he's singing grown folks love at 8. What do you know about that? What do you mean? You 8. If it ain't the school teacher coming to tuck you in, you talking about a woman, another woman other than your mama. Who are you talking about at 8 years old? But that's what the industry wants. He was in nightclubs at 8 years old performing and singing. Y'all understand? I'm not giving him a pass about anything. I'm just talking about how quick Satan could jump on you and take advantage if you look at the gift of God on this young child and you trade it in for money. And you start to live your life through him. What you didn't get, you sacrificed him. He couldn't go play with other children. So now you got to try to get 30 years ago, you build a playground, and here you is on that little bitty old Mickey Mouse car, you in the front looking back right, and you think you 8 years old again. No, you ain't.
They look for adult things in our children, like when Moses took the crown off of that king. And they
Yeah,
like,
absolutely,
these
sis.
people been stammering since the womb.
Since the womb.
Watch them.
Watch. Let's get some more.
Verse 7 from the top.
Yeah.
Thou madest him a little lower than the angels. Thou crownest him with glory and honor. And didst set him over the works of thy hand.
What he set him over?
Over the works of thy hand. Thou hast put all things in subjection under his feet. For in that he put all in subjection under him. He left nothing that is not put under him. But now we see not yet all things put under him. But we see Yahushua, who was made a little lower than the angels for the suffering of death.
See, that now we understand why he was made lower. For the suffering of death, because angels can't die. So, because there ain't no grave marker for people say the devil is the white man, ain't nowhere in the scriptures say, and you can find his sepulcher unto this day. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Right.
Here lies Lucifer, the fallen angel. From this beginning to 928 BC. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't going to find that. So what he made him just a little bit lower so he could taste death like we tasted. So that's lower than the angels. They can only experience supernatural death. That's why the lake of fire was created for them. But since we like to be like them, y'all get a little bit of that too.
Get hot too.
Look like y'all want a little bit of that pot pie. Go ahead.
Let's see. Crowned with glory and honor, that he, by the grace of Yah, should taste death for every man. For it became him, for whom are all things, and by whom are all things, in bringing many sons unto glory, to make the captain of their salvation perfect through suffering. For both he that sanctifieth and they who are sanctified are all of one, for which cause he is not ashamed to call them brethren, saying, I will declare thy name unto my brethren. In the midst of the church will I sing praise unto thee.
So y'all see, he's calling us our brethren. So how do you have some Negro around here full of sin and prescriptions in his pocket and got you calling him higher than a brother?
Right.
This is the Messiah who washed the disciples' feet.
Right.
He like my brother, but I can't take away my position. I'm still who I am, but I'm just letting you know how the hierarchy is in the heavens in Elohim. You know, when you come up here, there's still a hierarchy. I'm not going to try to leapfrog my position over the Father. Neither can a man leapfrog his position over the Messiah. Y'all understand what I'm saying? And see, when they leapfrog, they try to make their woman think that he's supposed to be a leapfrogger. See, you supposed to worship me like we worship the Messiah. Well, if you was worshiping the Messiah, those words wouldn't come out of your mouth. Because you would be calling her sister more than wicked. You understand what I'm saying? And trying to explain to her your position. You supposed to listen to everything I say. You supposed to look at me like the Lord. Well, if she looked at you like the Lord, there would be different language coming out of your mouth. He didn't bring us into bondage. You put her into bondage. Who's this? Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
thought you was telling him go ahead.
Yeah.
Verse 13. And again, I will put my trust in him. And again, behold, I am the children which Yahweh hath given me. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death.
That had the power of what?
Of death.
See, he had to destroy who has the power of death. So I want y'all to understand, no matter how you look at what a God is that has the power to cause death to your flesh. And I'm not just talking about while you're awake. So if you want to say, well, the white man got that power, well, he don't have that power in your sleep.
Right.
See, that when you die in your sleep and people be worrying about what happened, he was in perfect health. And we had to wait for a coroner's report, and they say, well, it looked like natural causes, except for that explosion in his shorts. You know, we haven't determined what caused that. It appears to be natural, but there's some form of fear in there too.
That ain't natural.
Go ahead.
That is the devil.
Yeah, that is who?
The devil.
So y'all, let's get it be understood. He has power to kill the body. But now, so just say it real quick, Matthew 10:28. Just so we understand that, so we understand the fear that we believe in, not. And then I'm going to have Tuba run this video real quick so we can look at this. And then this will give you a perspective of what the Most High is talking about, his power. See, people look at this nation as gods because of what they did to the rest of the world. They dropped 2 nuclears and ain't nobody else done it. And the state of God, if we drop 2 in a row, we'll kill everybody on earth. Is that a God? Maybe looked at as a God when you controlling that type of power.
Right.
Or like they tell you right now, we're going to have a cause to make you think we God. We're going to shut off everything you love. Your phone, everything. Your tablet, you ain't going to be able to call nobody. You got a date tonight, that's over. You can't call. We shut down the restaurant. You won't be Romeoing up tonight unless you take the mark of the beast.
Right.
Then you could go ahead with them flowers and candies. But we're going to bring a cause about for you to continue your lifestyle. Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 28.
What it say?
And fear not them which can kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
See, and that's what we're talking about. Destroy both body and soul in hell. Hell being the grave. So when you come directly from the grave to the lake of fire, that means you destroy, because hell goes into the lake of fire.
Right.
So that's who you need to be scared of, not of what the first day. Everybody going to the funeral home. Whether you don't be sick, and the report is you lived 115 years and then you died of natural causes, what did you still do? That's what we're talking about. It don't matter about it, but he's got power to deliver you that. Now, what if you wicked and lived 115? Like the Rockefellers. Their next waking moment, if nothing changed in their thought process, is waking up, going to the lake. And hell following you. Everybody else will get thrown there because that can't exist anymore. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It can't exist anymore. Let's get some more.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
And deliver them who through fear of death.
Through what?
Through fear of death.
Yo, that's the problem. The devil will scare you, and that's how a lot of us get off the path. Because the Most High say, I already told you, you may lose your life upon this, but you gain it back.
That's it.
You gain it back. And so a lot of us, everybody want to go to heaven, but everybody don't want to do what?
Die.
That's what we're talking about, y'all. You can talk the good game all you want, but if the death angel showed up tomorrow and just say, everybody in here,
I require you.
I require you. Go eat.
And deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Wherefore in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brethren, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest.
Go ahead. I'm just finishing.
That he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to Yahweh, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people.
So this is the deal, because it said they're the seed of Abraham. Ishmael was the seed of Abraham. All the Keturah's sons were the seed of Abraham. Which son is he talking about that's the high priest? Is Ishmael recorded as the high priest of this gospel? He's teaching another gospel, ain't he? They high priest, one of them just got killed, didn't they, by a drone?
I heard of that, yeah.
And they're teaching another doctrine. So which son is he talking about here? But the camps like to run to this scripture and say, see, this telling you that Joseph was his daddy because he was made like the way we was. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
The only problem is they'll never show you Hebrews 7:16.
Right.
That where it say, no, he was born after eternity. Not after carnal flesh. But they won't let you see that. They get that to let you worship them. But the problem is the word high priest is still there. It's still there and it ain't going nowhere. So it ain't including you. It's talking about Abraham's son. So either it's going to be Ishmael, it's going to be Isaac, or it's going to be one of the sons of Keturah that fit this. You can't just make this fit nobody else and leave the door wide open like that. You know, which son of Abraham? Which seed of Abraham?
Right.
Let's get some more.
Verse 18.
Yeah.
For in that he himself hath suffered being tempted, he is able to succor them that are tempted.
So it ain't like nothing that we have to worry about. So what we need is for any Abraham's other son to have walked that walk in Jerusalem, to fulfill the prophecy. They have to fulfill Deuteronomy 18. He will be like unto your brethren. Well, it wasn't nothing but the Israelites in the wilderness. Ishmael wasn't out there.
Right.
Keturah's sons wasn't out there. Zechariah chapter 3. That's what I meant. I just had Zach all, didn't I?
Right.
Yeah.
Should be chapter 3. Y'all, we just got a couple more. Y'all, we're going to close on out. And if you just think New Testament is talking about spiritual warfare, Also in Isaiah, is it 55, 1 through 7, where he say, put on the whole armor of God? Maybe it's 59. Let me double check that. Yeah, I know it's in Ephesians, but it's the same thing in, let me see, Ephesians 6 and 9. I got my paper with me. Oh, Isaiah 59, 16 and 17. So nothing in the New Testament is different from the Old Testament because it's the same law. It's the same equipment. So if you think, oh, that's just a New Testament concept, no, it's an Old Testament concept. Abraham was thrown into a fire. You think that wasn't supernatural that he walked out without the smell of smoke on his clothes? Either you believe that or you don't.
Right.
Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, and when he looked in there, he was playing with it like a pit bull puppy, roughing it up. He like, wait a minute, them killer lions we ain't fed in 2 months.
Right.
And he playing with them like they kittens.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, bro.
We're going to be reading in the book of Zechariah, chapter 3, and start the reading in verse 1.
Yes, sir. We'll see how far we go. I want to get these last 2 scripts in.
Okay. And it reads, and he showed me Joshua the high priest standing before the angel of the Most High.
Who was he standing before?
Before the angel of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And Satan standing at his right hand to resist him.
You see who right there already? Who's standing right there in this supernatural event finna go down? Satan is right there again, the accuser of the brethren, who has power to walk amongst them because he was chosen for that as the tester of our faith. You understand? But it's not a hard test. You just say, I rebuke thee. Right. See, that's what she said to that police, and it triggered his bad conscience. See, that made him react how he do when somebody try to correct him. He got DUIs, got thrown out of the army, been thrown out of 4 police stations. So his disrespect, his dishonor get thrown out, trigger him, and he have to leave. You like, you got to get the hell out of here. You know, it's one driver that was teaching him how to do a car chase. Say he got in a car chase and he was doing 140 with the lights off. And the driver say he was like this holding on for dear life. He said, man, you got to pull it over. Pull it over.
Oh, he was in a high-speed chase and they told him to stop the chase. And the only reason he stopped, he hit a deer.
Yeah, hit a deer. Yeah, look. But he was going 140. The guy wrote in there, this man needs all kind of training. He needs to learn driving all over again. He needs to learn respect. They all knew that, and they let him keep being hired. Yo, this, you talking about a loose cannon. But the reason that I believe they speak as a man, that they're giving him no bond, is because of the damage he could do if he was to get out and go to a lawyer. He could say, well, they trained me how to do that. See, that's what it comes back to, training. Why did you feel comfortable in doing what you do? Right. He said, well, I've been doing it. I did it in the army. I did it at the last 5 police stations over there. And they ain't said nothing. Why y'all saying something? Yeah. Hell, I killed a deer while I was getting driving training. Ain't nobody said nothing. Wrote me up. What they do about when they wrote you up? Nothing. I went to one meeting and I was back at another police force, causing more trouble. Y'all understand? So this happened to bring down the whole system. And what happens is the sister lost her life, but the Most High, what he's doing is he's going to show all of that corruption. Thank you. Because they're going to dig into his past. They're going to dig into the police station and say, why did y'all not reprimand him? How does he keep getting through the crack? Right. So now it shifted him. But he'll just say, well, hell, they told me that. That's what all of them that say kill black people. That's how I was trained. Then the boy that put the knee on the neck, he like, shit, this ain't training. Right. What are y'all talking about? We train to do the worm like this.
Right. How that skull on his arm.
That's what, boy, look at that, got skull tattoos all over his arm. I mean, that may not mean nothing because we got Israelites with tattoos and they ain't supposed to have them on. So we have to at least look there first and say, I mean, but look, you seen some of the stuff Israel got on there?
I almost got a skull back when I was in the military.
Israel got Chinese writing on them. Right. That they don't even know what it means. Right. It could be he who loves dog St. Paul. He wants a St. Bernard Paul. And you got that on a tattoo. Let's get some more, man.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
And the Most High said,
go ahead.
And the Most High said unto Satan, Yahweh rebuke thee.
What'd he say to him?
Yahweh rebuke thee, O Satan. Even
the Most High that hath chosen Jerusalem rebuke thee.
See, so we can hold you'll see the same thing in the book of Jude. I just want to get to these last few scriptures. In the book of Jude, it say the same thing when Michael came for the body of Moses. He just told him, the Lord rebuked thee. Look, I ain't even got to get in to tell you what I did to you earlier when it say I saw Satan fall from lightning. That was Michael threw him out. He flew out of there like lightning, and all his boys with him. So he said, I ain't got to, what I'm going to talk tough to you for and already defeated you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like talking tough to somebody in the decision was unanimous decision, 116 to 102. You know he didn't score nothing really.
Right.
You know what he scored to do was clown. And stuck his face out like that and then pulled it back, nicked him 1 point. We'll give him 1 for the nick.
Right.
But you understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, bro. But you're defeated. Go ahead.
Oh, that's it on that, huh?
Okay, yeah. Let's get
wanted to go somewhere.
Yeah, let's get y'all read all that Zechariah because you're gonna get more into the protection we're talking about. Give me Job 1, chapter 1, verse 1 through 6, just to show the adversary again, and then we're gonna hit Luke 13, and I want to close out with this Matthew and John. The David challenge, I think we kind of spoke on that I was going to go to when Satan stood up against David and caused him to number Israel. Now, they never say that was a king of somebody else, or, like some people say, Satan is just a king of the nation, but who is it? It ain't describing it as a human being. And David paid a heavy price for doing that. That's why the Messiah say, or the Most High say, I got 7,000 knees, I got 7,000 men ain't never bowed a knee to bed. Y'all understand? So he don't let everything out.
Right.
Where my saints are.
Right.
You gonna tell all of your flanks, and you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Go ahead.
The book of Job, chapter 1, verse 1. There was a man in the land of Uz, whose name was Job. And that man was perfect and upright.
What was he?
Perfect and upright.
That don't mean he wasn't a sinner. That means he knew what to do if he did sin. Like when he prayed for his children, if they might have sinned. Not that they were sinning, just in case at these yearly birthday parties or family gatherings that they having, that they don't get beside themselves and start talking naughty nothings. Just in case they might have sinned. But when people don't want you to celebrate your birthday, they say, see right there, Job, they got punished for celebrating their birthday.
Right.
Ain't got nothing to do with that. The devil didn't say, I want to get them because they celebrate birthdays. That's what I do, Lord.
Right.
No, that wasn't the case. Go ahead. Verse 7.
And one that feared Yahweh and eschewed evil. And there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters.
Yeah.
His substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she-asses and a very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all men of the east. And his sons went and feasted in their houses, every one his day.
His birthday. Go ahead.
And sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them.
So people would say, well, that's bad. They celebrating a birthday. Why? What makes it bad? And see, that's what we talk about. The birthdays are mentioned 3 times in the Bible. And none of them have nothing to do with you celebrating your day. It's what happened on those days. Well, see, that happened on that day. See, John the Baptist got his head cut off. What they got to do with it? 9/11 is somebody's birthday, ain't it? How many died 9/11?
A whole lot.
25,000.
Every day is somebody's birthday, ain't it? John the Baptist got killed on that birthday because the king was lusting for his niece and told her, if you dance for me like that naked, I'll give you half the kingdom.
Right.
Her mother whispered and said, John is the thorn in me and your side. Tell him you want John the Baptist. He put that move on him again, show him that move again, and tell him you want half the kingdom. John the Baptist's head on the charge. And that's what caused John to die on Herod's birthday. Now, Pharaoh threw a party. Joseph got out on his birthday. Is that birthday still bad? Joseph had been locked up for 12 years. And he say, oh, I forgot to tell you, it's a Hebrew in there that told me you was finna get took. That's who told me, saying he's still locked up. Man, get him out of there, clean him up, and bring him to the party.
It's his birthday.
And then you got the Job. Those are the only three events you got. What makes it bad? Psalm 9 and 10 tell us, teach me to number my years. How you going to do that without a birth date? And it's only his sisters and his brothers celebrating this.
Exactly.
This is different from you going out and telling everybody, if ain't nobody coming here and ain't nobody got less than $1,000 in that envelope, y'all might as well turn around now. That's the birthday party you don't want to be on too.
Please let me know.
Look here.
Right.
Look, cause the line to get short when we start passing it. Everybody, look, you tell it to me, man. They saying you gotta have $1,000. They saying you gotta have $1,000. And next thing you see, all three of us walking back to the car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't like that nigga no way. Yeah, let's go back to the car. Go ahead. Go ahead, y'all. We gonna get this in the next 10 minutes, I believe. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
And it was so, when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them.
Hold on, this a righteous man sanctifying birthdays? Y'all understand what I'm saying? That's what people throw in there that read, what is it, fossilized customs? And they read what the Samaritans was doing because they decided to do that on their birthday. They ain't got nothing to do with the laws of the Most High. That's what they decided to do. That don't mean this is what's happening right here. Let's get some more.
That Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned, and cursed God in their heart. Thus did Job continually.
See, cursed him in his heart. Up here, he's saying, I'm just protecting any crazy mental thought. Like, you know, man, I must be doing something right, man. I'm 89 already. And ain't nothing happened to me. I'm in perfect health. You know, that's in your mind you may be saying that. He wasn't talking about whatever was going on out there. He said, what's going on up here? What are they thinking about the celebration? Is everybody here to celebrate me and worship me or these type of things? You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them.
Y'all see the power that he has to come among the sons of God, even if you try to say, well, the angels are men, like some camps teach. Well, the bottom line is, who is this adversary that get to come with the leaders of Israel and start pointing our fingers at whatever conference this supposed to be? If you're saying Satan is a man, then you have to identify how he's allowed to walk with the other Israelites. If you water this down to flesh, you understand, and be there to make accusations in the council of hierarchy. Just say like, because what it'll do, it'll turn to what happened to the general. I hear you guys are the most violent. No, sir. We're the most least violent group out here. See, so if you're trying to look at it even from that perspective, but what hierarchy are they in? You understand what I'm saying? They got him cowering back, not he got them cowering. He's scared to run his program. Let's get some more.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down in it. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth Yahweh and escheweth evil? So
this is what the Most High asked him. So everything Job did with his children before the praying, the Lord just said what type of man he was. Don't you know if Job's children was doing something illegal, the Most High wouldn't be saying this out right here, because that's the first thing the devil gonna bring up. So you cool with birthdays then, Lord. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It don't make sense when you continue to read. But if people don't want you to celebrate your birth another year on this earth, then they hate us. Their life may be turned upside down. Gaining another year is just another year of misery and hell. for them.
And see, that's the thing about it, man. When I celebrate my soul day, I celebrate my people.
Yes, sir.
You dig? It ain't for y'all giving me something. I want to give to y'all.
Absolutely, bro. And that's what it was.
For me.
Yes, sir.
Man, I go to clown. I ain't
Boy, look here.
You cooking this year?
I was.
Well, look, we didn't have people cook for us the last few years. The Brazilian boy, what is it?
Oh yeah,
Tuscanos or something. Yeah,
Tuscanos.
no,
Oh, y'all
he
went
give,
with him
look,
last
look,
year?
he cooking. He just giving the order. Yeah, I want this and and this right here. Did he flip it over? Yeah, don't stop to that. Flip back over.
Keep it coming.
Keep it coming. Yes, sir. But y'all, look, y'all read the rest of that. I just wanted to do this, but it's verse 11. Hit verse 11, and then we'll move on because I want to get these last two scripts in.
Verse 11.
And 12, yeah.
Verse 11. But put forth thine hand now, and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face.
Now, ain't nothing was said about what his children doing. So how do people allow birthday to get mixed up into this when he's saying, put forth your hand? Everything we just read, verse 1 through 5, he said, if you put forth his hand, if you take everything away you just showed, then he'll do this. So take away his thought process, take away everything from him. His children, his wife, everything. Everybody wasn't included. The herders wasn't included. The camel men wasn't included, was it? If you're talking about just a birthday, they wasn't at the party. The camels wasn't there for the destruction Satan did. Go ahead, read that next verse.
Verse 12.
Yeah.
And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord.
So this is what we're talking about. He told him, look, you can do whatever you want with his flesh. It's got to die anyway, and all his offspring. I can give that back to him, which he did at the end of Job 42. Got all new daughters, new wife, and all his friends brought him paper. You know, man, you survived through all of that, boy. That was rough, and you still kept your integrity and trusting in the Most High. Because he only gave you back, or he took from you what he gave you, and then he just gave it back to you.
Right.
Satan don't do that. Satan give you, and then he take it back from you, and then you go to torments.
Yeah, but Job's faith was never wavered.
It was never wavered under these circumstances, yo. So y'all read the rest of that, and then what I want y'all to see in there, that there was a storm that came and knocked his children's house down. Verse 19. Read verse 19. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness and smote the four corners of the house, and it fell upon the young man. They are dead, and I'm only escaped. That's what somebody ran and told Job. A whirlwind or something hits, a force of wind hit your house and killed your children. Is that of the Lord? See, this is what he's telling you. Satan can do certain things. He can create a little dust storm. You understand what I'm saying? He can create certain things to make you think of something, but it ain't nothing. Too bad you will show that video. This is the kicker, y'all. Everybody on God's Warrior 298? This is what the Most High reigns supreme, and he put it on for everybody to challenge this. I don't care what you talk about, nuclear bombs or whatever you do. Nuclear bombs gonna get rid of everybody and everything. Y'all understand? A whirlwind destroys wickedness and leave the righteous standing.
It's on right now.
Okay. Y'all take a look at this, and y'all, this is in Dallas.
What, is it going to pop up or something?
Reign supreme, and he put it on.
It's not on there?
It's probably going to take a second because he
Yes,
online is behind.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's a delay.
I want y'all to look at this power. Even though you know he putting this on other people, would you want to witness that next door or going through the city? I'm talking about the weight and the speed of it. He put that up against any nuclear weapon, any drone. That's what's put up against it on the table. This is what the Most High keeps saying. The whirlwind, my storm, I'll put it up against anything you champions got. I did it in Egypt. I'll do it in America. I'll do it at the end of the world. I don't have to come with no new power source. This source that I threaten y'all with to get right is the same Hot Wheel track I put on all the nations. You understand what I'm saying? It's the same one. I don't have to change. Go ahead.
Now, chapter 1 and verse 3.
Yes, sir.
The Lord is slow to anger.
Yeah.
And great in power. And will not acquit, will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord have his way in the whirlwind, and in the storm.
And in the storm.
And the clouds or the dust of his feet.
Even though Satan was able to create a little small dust and knock Job's house down through the wilderness, yeah, they can do that. They got a heart system. But they ain't got no power to create a F5.
Right.
Look, the insurance company won't pay on F5. F4 and down they will. F5, they tell you that's the hand of God. There's nothing we can do with it. We don't know how it formed. We don't know where it's going to form. And what we can't really understand is how is this house right here. It destroys this house, leaps over that one, and then destroy these 5 and leap over the next one, and then the sun come back out. See, nuclear holocaust going to bring purple rain. And what that means, the sun going to block out, and we going to die from freezing to death, or everything going to get out of whack, and radiation going to kill us. See, that's power of a different type. You done created a system that'll kill everybody just through because they won't obey you. There's no repentance clause in when a nuclear bomb go off. Y'all understand what I'm saying? You can't now tell other people that's all they got. But a whirlwind does exactly what it's supposed to do. Real quick example, Psalm 83:16. What that say? So we have to understand he's the same yesterday and today. He don't care what they create. He say, I seen all that. What they learned today, the angels showed them that. When you read the book of Enoch, they showed them how to make weapons of war. They showed them nuclear bombs. He said, it didn't work for them. It didn't work for their teacher. You killed my teacher. Yes, and we threw him out of heaven. Why you still chasing behind it? You're trying to gain what he couldn't gain at his tutelage. Yeah, see, you know, Michael caught me tripping. You know, I hadn't trained like I was supposed to. And see, Zach's fan, these rotten demons over here were supposed to tell me Michael was training with the Messiah. And see, I'd have come with a different program. Lying like the devil, who he is. You understand what I'm saying? Right. Always an excuse. And you say, yeah, I believe if they'd have told you, you probably could have got it. And that's when you go chase another God. We finished with that?
You said Psalm 83 or something?
Yeah, 83:16, yeah.
I'm going to start at 15.
Yeah.
So persecute them with the tempest and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame that they may seek thy name, O Elohim.
See, this is what we talk about. It still gives them the chance they make it through the storm and say, you are the most high. Because every time a tornado comes, what they say, get down on your knees, bow down. They teach us in school. Yes, get under your desk and bow down. That's right. Most high coming through, the storm coming through. But a nuclear bomb ain't nothing they can tell you. They just say, look, the end of the world gonna happen. They done released and launched a nuclear bomb. There cannot be survival. The Most High shows you the program gonna still go on because after every storm, what comes out and it's shining bright? The sun.
That's the difference. The Most High offers mercy.
He offers mercy. Yes, sir. What you got back there?
What about that Jeremiah 23:19?
What it say?
It said, behold, a whirlwind of the Lord has gone forth in fury.
Yes, sir.
Even a grievous whirlwind.
That's what we talking about, bro.
It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked.
On the head of the wicked. That's all we talking about. He's not going to have to go through no. He put a brimstone bomb on Sodom and Gomorrah, but it was just in 5 cities. He left all the cities around him and Lot's wife there as a reminder. But life went on. He didn't destroy it. He said, y'all come back to me. What this nation has done, who you calling champions, said we're going to end life. That's just like taking your ball and go home. You know, it's your ball and they picking everybody, and you know you double dribbling and everything. You running with the ball because it's yours. You know, when you're playing, instead of dribbling, you running with it and pass. They travel. Right. And then I'm taking my ball and go home. See, that's what these nations are doing. If we can't make you understand, we just kill everybody. Right. The Most High even showed mercy to wickedness, evil men. I'm going to give you one more chance. Right. What they've done is not to give us any chance. And you put a AI program in charge of what could destroy mankind. A program, this is how loose it is. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Let's read this last one. Where we at? Let's get that Luke 13:10-17. And this is just what I want y'all to understand about bondage. And how many years Satan can have you locked down. We just read about Job. But this woman that the Most High had to get out. And this Luke wrote this. Luke saying I couldn't get it off of him. And I'm a top physician around here.
Right.
I ain't seen no Israelites could do this. Y'all got Israelite doctors. I'm a Gentile physician. Luke ain't mentioned in the 12 disciples. He was a disciple of another nation, but he's not mentioned because he couldn't go but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But this is an eyewitness of another physician, a Gentile physician named Luke. A lot of people have a hard time accepting that. But then when you ask him, is he part of the 12? Wait a minute. Matthew, Bartholomew, he ain't in there. Go ahead. Who got it? Luke 13.
The book of Luke, chapter 13 and verse 10.
10 through 17. Yeah, we got one more we're going to close out.
And he was teaching in one of the synagogues on the Sabbath.
What was the Messiah teaching at?
In one of the synagogues on the Sabbath.
On the Sabbath day. So they say, okay, you good up to that point.
Right.
The Pharisees. Go ahead.
And behold, there was a woman which had a spirit of infirmity 18 years.
What did she have?
She had a spirit of infirmity 18 years.
18 years, y'all. I want y'all to understand that. Can y'all imagine we crying about, man, how long we been here? Man, about a month now, man. About a month. 18 years I'm talking about. Go ahead. Bend over. Go ahead.
And was bowed together, and could in no wise lift up herself. And when Yeshua saw her, he called her to him, and said unto her, Woman, thou art loosed from thine infirmity. And he laid his hands on her, and immediately she was made straight and glorified Yahweh.
See, the laying on of hands, it's always been around. It was at the beginning. Moses laid his hands on Joshua. It wasn't water baptism. He laid his hands on Joshua and the Spirit passed. It was always the laying on of hands to transfer energy of righteousness. Now, you can lay hands and transfer wickedness too.
Bang, bang.
See, this is why they have you hold hands in a circle. Because if we get all of y'all in the circle, all the energy raised, we can get what we're trying to get in the middle to come up. That's why he said, look, just hold your hands up like this if you in the with all your congregation, so you don't get linked to nobody that may have a Judas Iscariot spirit on them, even though they're in your congregation. Do this and pray for everybody, but we can't link hands and circle ourselves. That's what witches' covens do, because they're passing energy. You have to understand, energy is being passed and raised. It's supernatural, y'all.
They did that at the wife's reunion with all the family members. They was in a circle blessing the food. My mother holding her hand. I'm like, no, you can connect with them. We ain't getting in there.
Well, see, and what happens is it kind of offend people. That's why I say if you bid to a feast and you be disposed to go, you have to understand that don't mean you have to get in there. What you're doing, if they invite you, they already know you, so they should speak for you. Yeah. Don't worry about them. That. Don't worry about them. They good. They good. Don't worry about them. So that's the only time that you can go. Or like our parents, when they know you mean business, they finally say, don't mess with that pot. That's your pot over there. Eventually they're going to get to don't worry about none of the pots. It's all good. That's right. But that takes time and it takes steps because they watching you. See, and then when they, handling some doo-doo noodles, some chitlins, and you used to love them, see what they doing is they're still there, even though they got some over here to see if you just longing for them.
Right.
When somebody else biting.
Right, you biting.
Where's my beef at? Boy, look, I don't know how, but people still today, I tell you, but man, I I used to eat pork, but I ain't gonna lie, man, I love doo-doo noodles. Man, I ain't gonna lie. But see, but that's a confession. I love the abominable. I have to tell y'all that I was a struggle to get off the abominable. And that's what happens if you go and you're disposed to go and you don't, and you ain't got it out of your system.
Right.
Because we're in the world, but not of it. That don't mean you can't go nowhere. If we did that, you couldn't go over no family member's house. That's how them campsites get you and separate you from your family. See, they wicked. They doing all this, but then you get involved with them with no support or backbone, and it's double the wickedness.
Right. Same wickedness.
10 times over. Go ahead, bro. And then look, you ain't got nobody to call on now, and they let you know you can't go back because you burn your bridges with them.
Right.
You borrow money from everybody. You lied to them, told you gonna get back. That's been 2 years since you've been here. They ain't gonna want you. Nobody gonna want your rotten ass. So you might as well stay here with us and do what we say and call this man that got a wig on the highest. Shit, he can't grow his own hair. The hell, he need some glue and them Indian folks to put wig on his head.
Right.
Now you go on over there because none of your people want your ass no more. Go ahead, bruh.
Verse 14.
Yeah.
And the ruler of the synagogue answered with indignation.
With what?
With indignation.
Uh-huh.
Because that Yeshua had healed on the Sabbath day.
Uh-huh.
And said unto the people, there are 6 days in which men ought to work. In them, therefore, come and be healed. Oh, that is. In them, therefore, come and be healed. And not on the Sabbath day.
Y'all see what the Pharisees was? This when you get so into the letter of the law that mercy is gone. Right. See, the letter of the law had no mercy. And all it means is that if you did this, we put you down. It straightens out everybody else. Right. But when you get to Melchizedek and understand that mercy has to be there, there should be no indignation about an event, and the Messiah gonna prove it to him. But I want y'all to think about this. Somebody been sick like this for 18 years, and because it's the Sabbath day, you say, no, one more day, or this been over like that. Mm-hmm. You're talking about no mercy.
No mercy.
And this is what we're talking about. That's what them camp teachers do. They do no mercy to you. That's why they saying, we're sitting in Moses' seat. They putting that letter of the law on you. Did you go out on the Sabbath? Did you drive on the Sabbath? And they're doing all of those things. Y'all understand what I'm saying? They're doing everything they're telling you not to do on the Sabbath day, but they're in an order excluding mercy. Go ahead. What else to say?
Verse 15. The Most High then answered him and said, thou hypocrite.
Thou what?
Thou hypocrite.
Uh-huh.
Doth not each one of you on the Sabbath loose his ox or his ass from the stall and lead him away to watering?
So y'all see that he say on the Sabbath day you feed your animals.
Right.
You working.
You're working, but just the difference in you would make sure your animals eat. Mm-hmm. This woman been bent over like this for 18 years, and you show no mercy to her, but to the animals.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
And ought not this woman, being a daughter of Abraham, whom Satan hath bound, lo, these 18 years, be loosed from this bond on the Sabbath day?
Look, y'all, how people say they recover. Man, they recover from cancer, man. They say they're cancer free. That's a release of a bond. You understand what I'm saying? Shouldn't everybody be happy about that? Why would somebody say, wait a minute, when they go to the doctor? No, now see that, that's what I'm talking about. So they got to report that they're cancer free on the Sabbath day. Now, you think I'm going to rejoice about that? On the Sabbath day, they cancer free? See, this is the mindset when you have leaders that's trying to dictate the letter of the law to you and say, nothing done. Well, the problem is, Numbers 28, the priests sacrifice for the sins of the people 7 days a week, and they're considered blameless. It said they profane the Sabbath every day, every week, because they have to. You think we stop sinning on the Sabbath? So you think the priest ain't gonna work? Look, it's the Sabbath. No more sinning. No more sinning. And you know what's going across the TV? TGIF, Friday.
2 for 1.
3 for 1 today, Zeb.
Get there early.
Get there early.
Right.
3 drinks, but you must drink them between 5 and 6. So, cause they free, what you gonna do? Glug, glug, glug. It takes 1 hour for your body to metabolize 1 drink, and you slam 3 in an hour.
6, I need it.
I'm gonna get on out of here, y'all. I gotta go. You driving? Yeah, dog. I know how to handle it.
Yeah, okay.
And you just sitting there with that car and park it, just it won't go nowhere.
You being saved. You being saved.
Yeah, yes, sir. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 17.
Yes, sir. Now, hold on. Let me just say this about TGI Friday. Notice what day that's on.
Right.
It's the end or the beginning of the Sabbath in the end week. And you start off 3 drinks to your normal one.
Right.
So you're starting off the Sabbath drunk.
Right.
Notice how they do it. It's fun time now. But see, they don't complain about that. You understand what I'm saying? But righteous thing like healing on the Sabbath. I want y'all to think about this. Like we may say something about a lady pregnant. Do you know they would say, how dare you have that baby on the Sabbath? You should have slapped your stomach and told that baby to settle down. It's the Sabbath. You can't be born today.
Wow.
Shut up and quit all that kicking. You ain't coming out today. You let my water break. I'm going to whoop your ass when you get out here. It's the Sabbath.
Child services need to take this.
Well, this how it gets, y'all. Y'all done heard it. Let's get some more. What else he said about them Pharisees?
Verse 17.
Yeah.
And when he had said these things, all his adversaries were ashamed, and all the people rejoiced for all the glorious things that were done by him.
And this is why, y'all, we're saying the Sabbath was made for man, like the Messiah said, not man for the Sabbath. It's lawful to do good on the Sabbath.
That's right.
It said just keep it holier than all the other 6 days. Make sure you walk circumspect on this day. Do what you need to on this day, but it's made for you for rest. So you learn how to take a break. It ain't got nothing to do with your daily life and things like that, because fringes was made first. What was the initial order? So that you remember what day? Huh? So where did it start coming in to make you remember the laws? See, we would have got that at the beginning. At the first ones, we'd have got fringes at the Mount of Sinai when Moses had to break up the 10 Commandments. But he says, so you will remember the Sabbath to take a break, make them fringes. Right. So technically, the only day you technically should have them on is to remind you of the Sabbath. Oh. Technically, because that if we go by the letter of the law. But the other 6 days you don't have to wear them. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Yep. Let's get some more.
That's it.
That's it? Well, let's get this last one. I want to hit just John 15. No, I'll tell you what. Matthew 4. Y'all read that, John. We're going to finish out with the Revelation. These two really need y'all to read John chapter 14, verse 15 through 31. But I want to read, want us to read Matthew 4, 1 through 4. Because we're going to see once again how you get rid of the adversary. You ain't even got to pull your weapon out, y'all. Y'all understand? You don't have to pull your weapon out. Your weapon is your tongue. For the devil, he fears your tongue more than anything. But the Most High say it's the most cursed thing on your body. If he could turn the most dangerous thing on your body to work for him, then he has the victory. If this rotten tongue speaks of that demon or that devil or his practices, if this tongue can say you can't do blessing and cursing out of the same what?
Mouth. John 15 and what?
John 14, 15 through 31. We're going to read Matthew 4, 1 through 4, and then we're going to finish out with Revelation 20 and 10 to see the end result of those that understand that the final outcome of other gods. Ain't no reason you choosing a losing team or a losing battle. It's like trying to be a retired drug dealer. What you going to do different from Superfly? It's already the program. Ain't no new program. You have to still do the same thing. Try to tell all your boys we got to be loyal as law keepers, even though we're outlaws. We want to be more loyal than law keepers, even though we're doing dirt. How is it possible? Yeah, dog, that's right. As long as drinks going up in there, you agree to anything. Right. That's right.
Swallow wine?
We'll swallow wine and throw dollars in the air. That's all they offering for that allegiance. And you're trying to convince them your way is not going to end up like the other chemical entrepreneurs. Right. You found it out. You figured it out how to hide money, how to have a Rolls Royce at Big Mama's house and she live in Wellston.
Right.
And they ain't gonna figure it out. Man, they ain't too dumb for that, man. How they know she ain't bought it with her Social Security check? Let's go, y'all. They have to think it. They got it in front of her house in her driveway, don't it?
Yeah, it's
Them
in
BMF boys had to go get a $300,000 house. They said, Dad, we need you to put this in your name. He said, I'm a janitor.
Right.
You think they gonna go for me back, but guess what? This right here changed Daddy's mind, and he signed his name on that paper. I say I can afford this with janitor salary.
Right.
And you sign that? They say you can sign it. That's all right. Go ahead and sign it. Go ahead.
Like Christmas bonus.
But look here, yeah, it's Christmas bonus money.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Where you going to now?
We're going to finish this out with, I want Matthew 4, 1-4, and then Revelation 20 and 10. We close out, y'all.
You guys there?
Matthew chapter 4, verse 1.
Yes, sir.
Then was Yahushua led up of the Spirit unto the wilderness to be tempted of the devil.
Now notice, of the Spirit to be tempted.
That's right.
See, this is what we have to understand. He wasn't tempted without, the power is to have the Spirit and overcome the devil. See, because the devil is trying to get you to get the Spirit in you and then blaspheme, and then you end up with him because there's no forgiveness. He don't care about us now. He like, just show the mercy of God, then I'm coming for you. Like Job, a man that eschewed evil. The Spirit was on him. He said, that's who I need right there. I crack his back, I got the rest of him. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Go ahead, hit that. What was your name? I'm just messing with you, I forgot.
Verse 2. I'm just messing with you, I forgot.
Yeah, go ahead.
And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of Yahweh, command these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone.
Yes, sir.
But by every word that proceeded.
Some words.
Every word that proceeded.
Just some of what my leader say we ought to read.
Every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Yahweh.
That's not a salvational issue we don't have. Y'all understand what we saying? Every word is salvation.
Right.
There ain't no, you can't let nobody tell you it's not a salvational issue. Then where do you draw the line?
We just have to
on
keep
what's
the
being
moral
taught?
law.
Moral law.
That's what somebody told me.
It's immoral what we even to say that. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Oh man.
That's it. That's what you wanted.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, 1-4. Yeah. So we see the Messiah went at him with the law. It's written. No, Satan is written. That's all you have to tell him. He can't do nothing but go away. He's an accuser.
Right.
Just picture him as a prosecutor. He's bringing charges against you. But they can't be false evidence. He got to just get what he got on you and present it to the Most High. Well, this what he did. This what he did. Bring your case. So Satan is not doing free cases. He's testing your will and then going to present it to the Father to see how well you're keeping the statutes and judgments, because he's the king of this world and we already been told he going to make war with the saints and she'll do what? Wear them out physically but not spiritually.
Right, exactly.
It's two different things, y'all, to make war with the saints and wear them out physically. You just tell them, man, you can have this old flesh. It's dying anyway. I smell behind my ears. I did like this. I'm like, oh, this can't enter the kingdom. You can have that. You want it? Go ahead. Let's get it.
What you say?
Revelation 20 and 10.
20 and 10.
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 20.
We're going to close on out.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
Revelation chapter 20, verse 10. And the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophets are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever.
Now, when you read Revelation 21 down, it's telling you those that kept the word 20 verse 1 down to the verse we started at, is going to tell you about the saints, how they're going to overcome. You understand? But when you get to this text, it's saying the devil that deceived all those that took the mark of the beast and didn't believe in Messiah, you know, he had his way with them, and they were cast into the lake of fire with him with brimstone. So look, his nuclear bomb is what his nuclear bomb does, but it don't destroy everything, only the wicked. That's why the prophets asked, will you destroy the righteous with the wicked? Right. God forbid. No, every man got to stand on his own tub. But what they do, if they drop a nuke, it's going to get all the innocents. Y'all understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But right here, it says he threw them in there to be tormented day and night. The lake of fire with brimstone. So brimstone is his bomb. He put it on Sodom and Gomorrah, them 5 cities. But everything else around it was thriving still, wasn't it? It's just an example to show you don't want what's fueling the lake of fire. Right. It's brimstone. It fuels the lake of fire. Did we finish that? That was it?
No, what you wanted it,
10, didn't you?
No, he wanted,
you wanted to go down?
No, that's it. I just want y'all read the rest of that. It's going to get into it. I just wanted verse 10 so you can see the end of the matter. No matter what's coming, all of them end up here in this lake of fire with brimstone. So ain't no need you joining that team under no circumstance. And once the devil gets you to sin after the Holy Spirit, like Ananias and Sapphira, Acts 5th chapter, had the Holy Spirit. Judas Iscariot, who was casting out demons and said we was raising people from the dead, so to speak. They wasn't 3 days dead, but they had just passed out. Like Big Country said, you had to get the thumpers put on them. They just put the thumpers on them. Their blood is still flowing. They was doing that. Judas Iscariot was doing that. And then the devil say, look, you know it's going to be 2,000 years before y'all get the kingdom back. What? Wait a minute. Didn't he tell you that? Yeah, he did, but I didn't think it was going to be that long. Oh, well, look, it's going to be 2,000 years. You might as well go on down something like that. No, he got to get the kingdom now. I want to see it in my lifetime. And that's what happened. Everybody want to see it in their lifetime. Mm-hmm. But it ain't happening in your lifetime unless it's orchestrated or prophecy for it to happen in your lifetime. Mm-hmm. Then it's going to happen in your lifetime. You don't think slaves that was first here on this shore wanted it to be in their lifetime to end slavery? Mm-hmm. You don't think the next day a slave was saying, boy, I can't go out there and work all day again for 0 cents an hour. Why don't the Lord come back today?
Right.
But no, we 400 years later, we right here, ain't we?
Yeah.
So y'all, we're going to close on out of here. Anybody got any questions or concerns out there too, about?
No, sir.
And y'all, look, and this is all we're talking about, y'all. Y'all have to be, it's like this rap battle between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Both of them claiming they're Hebrews. One is claiming from a false Hebrew perspective. Right. The other one is claiming from the real. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things behind that. They're saying they not like us. Mm-hmm. And you have to know who is not like us, who's not like us on the side of the Messiah. Right. Baphomet worshipers. See, there's a lot of OVO with Hebrews involved. Now, Drake Daddy is a Hebrew, but he's chasing the Judaism doctrine that gives him clout. He's not saying like Kendrick and Kanye West is saying it. He's saying it from Esau's perspective and want respect from that perspective. And I'm not in no way, shape, or form telling you get involved with this, but there's a lot of symbolism in that battle about who's the true Hebrew up here. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Who's using the dark side? So we have to look at it the same way of Israelites coming out to try to get us to worship the devil. They not like us, y'all. Y'all, we have to understand that they not like us. They just look like us. Right. They don't sound like us. They don't talk like us. They talk about men worship and other gods. They not like us, y'all. You got any questions or concerns too, bad?
All right, family. We're going to get this closing prayer. And I'll wait for you all to get ready.
I thought so we get that great.
No, they like that shirt. Where you get that shirt from?
You what they say right there?
Jacob's house?
That's right. Jacob's house.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. They do a lot of good work. Got another one. This shirt, boy, friend is old as what?
All right, family. We're going to get this closed in prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission. And is in the name of his only begotten and beloved Son, our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer, Yahushua HaMashiach. And we know him as Jesus the Christ, y'all. Long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms, in the 142nd chapter, it reads, I cried unto the Most High with my voice.
Yes, sir.
With my voice unto Yahweh did I make my supplication.
Yes, sir.
I poured out my complaint before him. I showed before him my trouble.
Yes, sir.
When my spirit was overwhelmed within me, then thou knewest my path.
Yes, sir.
In the way wherein I walked, have they privily laid a snare for me. I looked on my right hand and beheld, but there was no man that would know me. Refuge failed me. No man cared for my soul. I cried unto thee, O Master. I said, thou art my refuge and my portion in the land of the living.
Yes, sir.
Attend unto my cry, for I am brought very low. Deliver me from my persecutors.
Yes, sir.
For they are stronger than I. Bring my soul out of prison, that I may praise thy name. The righteous shall compass me about, for thou shalt deal bountifully with me.
Hallelujah! Selah!
If y'all got a shekel or two, y'all, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you, worldwide audience, for all y'all do. And once again, y'all, remember prayers for the sick and shut in.
That's right.
Boy, them songs be hitting right on the lesson, boy.
That's what it is, man.
Right on it, bro.
Yeah, all praises to the Father.
It's the only way to get rid of that bondage.
So.
You go back.